we'll be able to get started. We'll fill in the artificer when he gets here.
Sounds good.
All right. So last week, you guys had been offered a job to pretty much find out what happened to a local hunter. His wife and her sister came to you and explained what had been going on. Pretty much the wife thought that she was left for another woman, while the sister thought it was probably just a hunting accident and he was either dead or just hasn't come back yet, maybe stuck somewhere. You guys decided to go investigate where he normally hunts. And it took you a while to find out stuff. You ended up having to camp overnight in the woods where I believe it was Alba and
Oliver.
Yes. Yeah, I couldn't remember who was on the watch with her.
Yep.
Alba and Oliver actually heard something moving around, assuming it was just a fae, some sort of thing playing tricks on you guys. Thought nothing of it. Everyone finished resting for the night, and then the following day, I believe Geckel was able to pick up some tracks and follow them for a very, very long ways until you found a lone, what appeared to be woman, sitting at a campfire, talking to something that you were not sure what it was. And eventually you guys walked up, started having a conversation. And it was again Geckel, I believe, who got a bit curious and started looking around the camp, even though she'd warned him that her whatever she was talking to would not like it. And it led to a combat with what appeared to be some sort of a hag and an imp. You guys were able to kill the imp, come very, very close to killing the hag herself, but she was able to get away with with her soul bag that was actually made out of the man you were looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And she actually dropped a magical item that is not as useful to you all as it was to her, which is what allowed her to enter the ethereal plane and walk around. But this magical item still will pretty much cure you of any disease. So if you have it on your person, you attune to it over 24 hours. I still didn't make the complete item sheet yet, but pretty much you attune to it, and if you're attuned to it for 24 hours, the disease will be gone. It doesn't have any sort of uses, so you can use it over and over again as much as you want.
Nice.
But then after that, you all made your way back to Western. I believe most of you just wanted to go into the tavern because you were pretty sure that Amelia and Eliana would meet you the following day, as they had previously for lunch. And I think we left off. I don't remember if we left off of you guys just getting back to the tavern, or did everyone go to bed?
I think we just got back to the tavern.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was like an implied you can go to bed, but
Okay.
I don't think we actually
Well,
mechanically went through that process.
Right.
If we
then
had
we
to.
will put it this way: what do any of you want to do anything before going to bed? You would have gotten back pretty much like as it was, because you were able to make it back as it was getting dark outside. Like you guys probably traveled for like the last 40 to 50 minutes in like relative darkness, but since you were on the road, you guys felt comfortable enough to do it, and you did make it back into the city, but it was already nightfall.
Nothing from me particular. May have a few drinks, but no, nothing particular
Okay.
for Geckel.
No, Oliver would probably just gone straight up to his room.
Right. And Matt, real quick, as I was saying before, you were a teacher. That's part of your background, right? At one of the academies here.
Yep.
Okay. because of that, I'm going to say you can. You have complete access to all first and second level spells. You just need to provide the components to put them into your book, but you'll have access to all of them whenever you want.
Nice.
I mean, there's no reason that a teacher wouldn't have access to that kind of stuff. That's like kind of like the basics.
Jesus, that's a lot of spells.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's also a lot of money that I don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's what, like 100 gold per spell level, something like that.
I think it's 50 per spell level, unless it is
Transmutation, and then it's half.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, then in that case, Alba, anything, or Barnabas or Oliver, anything you guys wanted to do?
Nope, just a drink and then head to bed.
Okay.
Straight up to the room. That was a tough little mission on Oliver.
Okay. Barnabas?
Nope.
All right. And I believe, if I recall correctly, you are the one who has the oh my god, I already forgot what the heck it was called.
The Heartstone.
Yes, the Heartstone. Yes.
I do.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, then in that case, while you two are having a drink, Alba and Gecko, is there any talking, or is it kind of just like, did the job, gonna drink and go to bed?
Well, from Geckel's side, it would have been maybe one or two drinks and in for the night, unless Alba has anything she specifically wishes to discuss.
Nope, Alba would do the same.
All right. Well then, everyone is up to bed. And the following morning, you once again wake up in a very comfortable bed, to the smell of Harold's cooking downstairs. As you make your way down, you're greeted by Allison, who already has food set up on the table. She and her husband both seem to be in better moods than the past few days right now. They're just they're not really doing anything. They just look happier. And they're going around. They bring you your coffee, your anything you want to drink, food, and Allison comes up and, well, everyone came back safely, which is good. I didn't get a chance to ask last night when you returned, but is it good news?
Unfortunately, no. See, he wasn't cheating, but he was killed by a hag in the woods.
Her smile that she's been having on since you've seen her as you walk downstairs kind of breaks for a second, but then she kind of like takes a breath and, well, closure is still a good thing. Better than not knowing, I suppose.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think the wife will quite agree in this moment.
Yeah, that is true. Well, if you need anything, you can let us know today. Are you all planning on staying here for the foreseeable future?
I do not believe we have quite discussed our plans for the future. Is there anything you would ask of us before we make that decision?
She kind of the smiles back on her face. She goes, "Oh, no. It's no problem. Again, it is yours for as long as you want. But we were, with the farm going up and running again, and we've been doing good business here. We're actually planning on doing some improvements. So we may have to move rooms around here and there, but we'll make sure we always have enough for you. But you may be switched around a little bit if that's okay."
That's no issue for myself, but everyone else would have to decide for themselves.
No, that's perfectly fine with me as well, Allison.
Me too. If you need us to move or anything, just let us know. You're already being very kind, letting us, use this space so much.
she gives you a nod and she goes, "Well, it is basically because of what you all were able to do at the farm. So, and we won't be having you move anytime soon. We're going to probably mainly focus on improving down here first. You know, maybe get it so more people could join in, try to make a name for us as a entertaining tavern." And she kind of looks at you all and she goes, do any of you play? Do any of you? I know. And didn't you ask her if they had any?
I did.
Yeah. She goes, if you ever want to play, you can feel free to get up there. The tips are all yours.
Oh no! If anything, like you're giving us room and board, I'd be happy to do it to help pay for that. That's fine.
She kind of looks at you and smiles again. She goes, "You all earned the room and board, so it's not going to be something that's required. But if you ever want to, you're more than welcome to play."
All right, thank you very much.
And just real quick, as you got here, we pretty much just did a recap, and everyone has just woken up the following day.
Gotcha.
Tavern owner knows that person is dead and is talking about renovating, and that's kind of as far as we've gotten.
Cool.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, after she says that, she goes back and again starts just helping clean and everything like that. Once your guys' breakfast is done, they pretty much just clean for the rest of the morning until about noonish when they open up the tavern for like the locals. So, in the meantime, the previous time you met Eliana and Amelia, it was probably somewhere between noon and 1-ish. So you guys have a few hours before you would expect them to be here again. Is there anything that anyone wants to do?
Maybe I'll try and strike up a conversation about what our actual plans are. So, while we have a few hours before our meeting, or we wish to set off anywhere, what do we wish to do to proceed forward? We can't always stay in this tavern.
I agree. It would be too much of an inconvenience for them. I think we should really try to find something that doesn't hinder their ability to work so much.
Well, I mean, there were caravan jobs. We could pick one up and travel somewhere else.
But of course, we cannot have ourselves tied down to one location.
I suppose that makes sense.
Barnabas, do you have any preference on what we do next?
Not particularly.
You don't mind some travel outside of Western? I know you do have life here.
Well, the whole point was to get back out and adventure, so staying at home seems kind of counterproductive.
Perfect. So we're all leaving Western at some point, I suppose. Oh, what about you, Oliver? Would you have some business here?
I mean, maybe, but honestly, I don't even know if there's much to go on. So, if we're traveling, is just as likely as anything else.
Can at least talk to the guard. I mean, we have some a little bit of
Yeah.
a reputation at this point.
I suppose so. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. After we talk about this, we get this finished up, then I'll probably take a trip over just to ask a few questions.
Of course, and if you want some company, I wouldn't mind coming. I mean, not much here, not much to buy, so
I wouldn't want to impose, but I don't know. I'll think about it. Thank you, though.
of course.
Well, if we still have a little bit of time, I might have a few wares to sell in town, and then I can be back if any would like to come along.
Uh, I'm more interested in trying to find somewhere where I could make a little coin. So I'll probably be looking around town for an arena or someplace. Barnabas, do you know of one?
Barnabas, I mean, you would know that there is it's not like very public. I mean, it's not like that it's straight up against the law, but it's more of an underground like sort of arena style stuff here.
Frowned upon in polite
Yeah.
company.
Yeah. They have like that stuff is more like accepted in Kymel, where there's betting and stuff that's legalized and all that kind of stuff. So like that would be the main place would be Kymel, but there are smaller ones around the rest of the continent as well. You just kind of have to know the right people or know where to find them.
I will relay that information.
I mean, I don't think that would have been something that Barnabas would have looked too far into here, right?
Probably not.
Okay, yeah. So you're not sure, but I mean, you have heard rumors that yes, there are some like things around here. You're just not sure of where or who or anything like that.
But it isn't illegal, quote unquote.
It's not illegal. It's more of like, you know, they want to maintain a nicer reputation of the city. Like they think that kind of stuff is like below them.
That's fair. Well, I can ask around town while I'm out and about and see what I can find.
All right. So then who is heading out now?
I'll go out as well. I got at least a little errand I can run, as long as we can get back with plenty of time to spare.
Yeah, you guys have a good amount of time before you're going to have to worry about getting back.
Cool. Yep. And I'm going out as well to see about selling something.
Okay. Barnabas and Alba, you guys heading out, staying in?
I'm staying in.
Yeah, if I don't have any money, I'm not going anywhere.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, we actually haven't been paid yet, have we? So
Not yet.
I don't have any errands to run then right now. So
Okay.
I will also stay.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Then let's go with Geckel first. What are you looking for?
I'd probably head around the market ward or the resident ward trying to ask about if there's anywhere to blow off any steam. Not alcoholic, but, you know, wink wink, otherwise. Physically.
All right. You said the market ward and the residential ward?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check for the few or for whoever you talk to.
Come on, +0.
Pretty good. The first few people you talk to kind of look at you a bit strangely, like, and just think it's a bit of an odd thing to bring up in passing. But after a bit of time, you end up walking by what looks like it's like a rather run down and shabby blacksmith. You strike up a conversation with one of the guys there, and he is actually like not, I wouldn't say covered, but he has, like, you could tell he's seen battle and fighting. Like he has scars and stuff like that, but he also does have some fresh bruises. He has a black eye, he has a swollen lip, and he kind of like here as he heard you asking around, he kind of called you over, and he looks at you and what type of steam?
Well, I'm more of a hunter combatant, so I don't mind a bit of a brawl or restricted weaponry, Just something to make sure my skills are sharp.
He kind of looks you up and down. You're what? Like you're well over 6.5 feet, right?
6'8".
Okay, so yeah, he probably comes up to your mid chest. He's maybe closer to like 5'10", 5'11", but he's very, very stocky and wide. Not exactly muscular. He has a bit of a belly on him, but he kind of looks you up and down. Are you carrying like your weapons and stuff with you?
Yeah, I would be carrying. It's a 1 great axe and 2 hand axes at the side.
Okay, he kind of looks you up and down, looks at those, and goes, I've been part of a bit of a scene around here, but we don't use that. He kind of like nods towards your axes and stuff. He goes, pretty much bare fist.
I can handle that. Yes.
The bear people strike again.
Mhm.
Where I'm from, they also did it with, say, wooden weaponry as well.
He kind of looks. He goes, huh. There are other, we'll say, gatherings that do allow weaponry. The one I'm part of, we find it the better fighter will always win when it's just hand to hand.
Very well. Is there a specific meeting time and place?
He kind of looks around. He goes, well, next fight isn't going to be for a few nights, but he looks at Jake and he goes, don't know who you are. Gonna have to either prove yourself, make a name for yourself. You understand, we can't just be inviting everyone.
Well, if it helps, so the group I am currently a part of has recently cleared out some ankegs in the local fields and helped recover a body from the forest.
He kind of nods. Well, that's something. But I'm thinking more of we need to see what you're capable of. He kind of looks down the road a little bit, and he points to what appears to be a very. It's in a lot of disarray. It's very dirty. It doesn't look well kept at all, but it's the tavern. And he kind of looks at you and he goes, you know, a lot of bar fights happen here. You happen to be in one. You happen to do well. Maybe they notice.
Oh, very well. Should I go start a fight now? If that'll make you happy.
He kind of gets a like grin on his face. He goes, no. It's go there tomorrow night. If you're feeling up to it, we can arrange one little brawl, see how you do, see if you're worth coming, and yeah, we'll figure it out from there.
Very well. I shall return tomorrow night to the rundown tavern for a little brawl. Thank you for your information.
He just nods and has a big smile on his face.
I have to start walking back. It's like, I got what I wanted, but that's just a weird way to get the information.
As you like walk by, you do see that the name of the tavern is the. Oh my God, where the hell did it go? I had all like names written down for stuff like this. Oh, the Shattered Bone.
Sounds appropriate.
Yep. You didn't get the guy's name, anything like that, but yeah, you would recognize him again if you saw him.
Yeah, because he's pretty much in the blacksmith across the road.
Mm-hmm. All right. Now we'll head to Rothgar. What were you heading out to do?
To sell a few wares by the market there.
Okay. What are you looking to sell?
Well, I first would I need to buy a bag, just a regular bag. And
Like a
then I'm looking-
backpack or just like a pouch?
Just a pouch.
Okay. You could get that from any general good for like
Oh,
2
yeah.
silver.
Yep. And then I'm going to use my infuse item to turn that bag into a bag of holding.
Okay.
And then I'll use my magical tinkering to make this nice mace I have glow. And I want to sell those.
Okay. Now, just your infused tinkering, does that just, it's a permanent enchantment?
Nope, it's not.
It's not totally permanent.
Okay.
Neither is the bag of
Yep.
holding.
Exactly.
Okay.
But
So-
I'm not looking to sell this in a straight up magic shop.
Okay. Then I will say, go ahead and roll a perception check to see like if you could spot anywhere around you that might be a good spot to sell.
Ooh. Not
I mean, looking around,
Yeah.
I mean, you see like the standard, there's like a general store, a blacksmith, like there's a lot of those things around. There is one extremely like it's amazingly built and stuff like that. But it is the magic shop pretty much of Western, and it is hard for you to like looking around think of anywhere besides that you could possibly sell these magical items.
All right, I will enter in and just kind of chat, see if I can chat up the shopkeeps there.
Okay, you're going to the magic shop?
I will if I have to, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. As you approach, it looks like it's a marble building. It's not very tall, maybe 2 stories, but it's much larger inside than it appears from the outside. On top of the entrance, there is a sign hanging that says Phalia's Fantastical Emporium. And as you walk in, looking around, you see a lot of magical items. Like you see, they have walls with weapons and armors. They have magical books and scrolls. They have random items all over the place. There is a section of potions all lined up, and there is a pretty elderly, even for an elf, woman wearing a dark gray cloak that has as she moves around in the light, you can see a bit of gold sheen to it. With white hair that's going down to about her shoulders, and a pair of glasses that hang at the bottom of her nose. As you enter, she kind of looks up, looks at you for a second, sees you kind of just looking around, and if you need help, I'll be here.
Of course, of course. Might you be the owner of this fine shop here?
She nods. Yes, I'm Phalia. Nice to meet you. And you are?
Rothgar, the Iron Dragon. Perhaps you've heard of me.
No.
I seem to be getting that a lot in this town, but it makes sense. Tell me, do you make all the items here?
I have a few people who do enchantments for me. I barter, trade, sell, buy what interests me. This is a collection that has been built up over centuries.
Ah, I see, I see. Perhaps you wouldn't mind adding a few more things to your collection. I happen to have a magnificent bag here. Can hold so many things.
She kind of looks at you. She
Yep,
goes,
I will essentially. I'm going to just kind of put a bunch of my stuff in it, and it like basically just keep shoving stuff in.
She
Then
she
I'll
kind
pull
of
it back out.
she kind of looks at you. She goes, oh, "A very popular item. I have a decent amount myself." And she points over to one of the corners, and you see like maybe 6 or 7 bags of holding. But she looks at you. She goes, "Yeah, do you mind if I have a look at it?"
But of course.
And do you put it down like on the table or on the counter, I should say?
Oh yeah, just right down to the counter in front of her.
Okay. She kind of looks over it up and down, and you see her take her glasses off, put them down, and she grabs a different pair that, as she's lifting them up, roll a perception check. There definitely is something strange about the glasses. You're not exactly sure what, but
Yep.
she puts them on and she kind of just is looking. She starts like kind of, she has a grin on her face and she goes, "Oh, this may not be the best way to have met, but you are aware that this bag is not exactly what you're claiming it to be."
Well, I don't understand. It is a bag. It is a bag of holding. Contains a dimensional pouch where I have stored many things.
Mm. How long does it last?
It can last indefinitely.
See, I've done my fair share of enchantments for bags of holding. This isn't one of them.
I see. Hmm. So apparently I've been taken for a ride. Well. That is not good to know.
She kind of looks at you suspiciously. Go ahead and roll deception. She looks at you. Oh, you got to be careful. There's many people who will lie to you to make a quick coin.
Yes, I'll have to see if I probably won't be able to get a hold of them. I'm not from here. They probably pegged me right away. Well, thank you for your time.
She nods and she goes, "Well, not from here. How much did you pay for the bag?"
Well, this bag here, what's
And just so you know, like I'll just you know that, I mean, they're not extremely expensive, but they're also still magical items.
yeah. Mhm.
I'll say I mean, just your class, your background and stuff, you would know maybe somewhere between 200 to 400 is
All
like
right, so
maybe what would be considered reasonable. You're not exactly sure, but
well, I paid, I believe it was 250 gold pieces.
she nods and she goes, bit of a ripoff. I sell them for 200.
Ah,
Don't like seeing people being taken advantage of. So I'll make you a deal. You ever have any worries about something like this again, you come find me. You can bring me the item, and I can make sure it's legitimate.
I appreciate that much. For now, I'm going to see if I can find the individual that sold it to me. Unlikely, but perhaps I can get my money back. I thank you so much for your time, madam.
She just nods at you, and as you walk out, she just, remember, be careful. People are shit.
All right, and I'll wave her off and be on my way.
Shame.
I like her.
Oh yeah. Good fun. All right. Well, I tried.
Mm-hmm. So is that all you wanted to do? You don't want to look anywhere else, anything else like that?
Well, the other thing I would like to try and do is see if anyone might have gunpowder.
Yeah, I mean, you could. There are places that are smelting ore and stuff like that. You can probably go there, and they would probably have a decent amount on hand. How much are you looking for?
Just a powder horn.
Okay, yeah, you could get that for, I'll say, 2 gold pieces.
Cool. And then no, I can actually make the ammo myself. So then I'll pick up maybe a little bit of supplies to make ammunition.
Okay. Are you making any specific type? Is it just, you know?
Just for my pistol, basically.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm just picking up the supplies and I'm gonna make it myself because I
Well,
can do that.
I will let you know if you want to do it just whatever metal. You'll be paying like, I'll say 1 gold of like random metals. Would be able to make you like, I'll say, I'm not familiar with gunslingers, but or with the guns. So I'll say if you pay 1 gold, you can make 20 pieces of ammo.
Cool.
And if you wanted to double it, you could, or actually, no, I'll say triple it. You can make silver ammo, so it would be 3 gold for 20 pieces.
Hmm. All right. I'm actually gonna do both actually.
Okay. Sounds good.
Cool. So now I got some powder and ammo, so I don't have to keep using magic on my gun.
It works.
All right, and then yeah, heading back after picking up these nice supplies.
All right. Well, they are on their way back. So Alba, Oliver, Barnabas, what were you all doing while your friends were out running errands?
Not much.
Inn hasn't been actually open yet, right?
They're probably about like 20 to 25 minutes away from opening it, but no,
Okay.
not as of yet.
Probably just seeing if there was anything I could lend a hand with, minor magical stuff, mending, all that goodness, cleaning up, things like that.
When you mentioned that mending and stuff, she kind of, well, if you don't mind, there are a few of the chairs, they're a bit wobbly and such. If you could have a look.
Of course, I don't mind it. Absolutely, I'll go fix them up as best as I can.
Yeah, no, they all seem to be working pretty well. And she thanks you very much. She tells you that those were one of the things they were planning on if they're going to be working, or not working, but if they're going to be
fixed,
basically like new. They're not going to worry about it.
Happy to be able to help.
So yeah, I'll say maybe like 5 minutes after the tavern does open, the other two return back. So you are all once again congregated at, and I will tell you now, I had this written down. This tavern is called the Stumbling Stool.
Oh, great. Now you've fixed the chairs, now you have to change the name.
Haha.
But yeah, as you come back in, there's not many people here yet. There's a few people that have just come in to get a bit of lunch, but other than that, it's still relatively quiet.
Greetings. Was all of your errands successful?
Mine were not as great, but still.
Why? What were you trying to do?
Just sell a few wares and buy a few things, but still, I was able to get a few things done.
Very good. Oliver, Alba, Barnabas, have you had a exciting morning?
Wouldn't call it exciting, but sitting around staring at nothing in particular is, I suppose, a way to pass the morning.
I just figured we should be here in case they came early, so we haven't really done much.
Ah,
But you did go around fixing some chairs, I saw, Oliver.
I mean, yeah, it was here anyway, you know?
And that's something.
being more assertive or offering help out before asked.
I mean, I grew up in like this. I know how helpful it can be to have someone with a little bit of magic around.
Well, if anyone is interested, tomorrow night at a tavern called the Shattered Bone, there is going to be a tavern brawl.
A tavern brawl, you say?
Oh?
Yes, a pre-planned tavern brawl.
I think Oliver should definitely join.
What? No, I mean, that sounds a little. I'm all set.
Tavern brawls are naturally something required of adventurers, and let's just say it's high time that you actually experience one, even if it is fake,
Not
started.
not fate. This seems to be an event between people who wish to see what I am made of before I can take part in fights.
So pre-planned bar.
I see.
Yes.
Hmm.
Interesting.
May anyone join? Or...
I didn't ask, but they also didn't say no.
Very good.
But yes, if anyone's
Perhaps
interested.
I can. Oh yeah, perhaps I can throw myself into the ring as well. See what could happen.
Well, it is possible. Like I said, this is more of a them to assess if we can actually fight.
Hmm.
And this is no weapons, this is unarmed.
Ooh, an old-fashioned slobberknocker then. Yes.
But yes, I agree.
Still.
Yourself and Oliver, Albert, even Barnabas, if you wish, could certainly join in.
Hmm. Uh, yes, perhaps.
I mean, if you guys really think it's important, then I guess.
Barnabas is going to get talked to, or I'm sorry, Oliver's going to get talked into doing everything crazy.
Yeah, yes, yes, he is. Just.
All right. Well, as you guys are having this conversation, you do notice that that the door has been like propped open today. It seems like the rain was followed in by a bit of the the end of summer heat and humidity. So it's very warm out today, and they have the door propped open, and about like maybe 20-25 minutes after you guys have all been sitting down, you do see appearing in the doorway Eliana and Amelia. Eliana looks somewhat, for lack of a better word, bored, and Amelia, she looks like she looks like she has a bit more energy, but still she is very down and distraught. So they kind of approach the table, and Eliana goes to pull a chair out for her sister and let her sit down, but Amelia doesn't. She kind of just looks at all of you and her eyes set onto you, Alba, and she goes, I was right? It was another woman? He's gone?
Well, not another woman per se. What was that thing? And she looks at the others.
The hag.
It was a hag, unfortunately. It seems like your poor husband was entranced by otherworldly being, as I thought. Not fey, not so much charmed, but totally taken over until he was, well, there's no soft way of saying this, but he's unfortunately passed on.
She immediately like the tears start coming. She does her best to like nod and acknowledge, and you think you hear a thank you come out, but she's crying quite heavily. And she drops she drops a coin purse on the table and leaves. She just kind of runs out crying, and Eliana, like, she went from looking extremely bored to looking like holy shit.
His body is at the Temple of Bahamut.
She might not want to look at the body. It's a
No,
bit.
but they should know where it is.
Yes, of course. I wanted to forewarn them. We do have some of his items as well.
She kind of nods and she goes, She'll never forgive me. I was all but calling her a liar, crazy."
It's not something that could have been predicted. I don't feel like you'll find hags around every corner around here.
Yes, and who would think you crazy?
No, I thought my sister was, when she was saying that he'd left for another woman. I thought it must have just he must have gotten hurt in the forest and was trapped or something like that.
It doesn't.
Yes.
I don't know a lot about it, but it doesn't seem like really she was entirely right either. It was magics or something like it. It wasn't that he was tempted away or anything like that.
She kind of
really,
nods.
I'm very sorry for your loss, though, both of you.
It is appreciated. Your payment, and she kind of nods towards that. And she what was the agreement? It was 300 gold, right?
Yeah.
Because I forgot to write it down last time. But she also pulls out another small pouch from her side and just, "Well, I told her I'd give you this if you brought some sort of closure, and this is definitely that." And she puts down, and it's an extra 100 gold on top.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's right, because it was 500 if he was alive and 300 if he was dead, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and she.
We do have his bow there, so it's yeah.
Okay.
The items as well, just to make sure everything's transferred over.
All right, yeah. She gathers the stuff up and she kind of looks at you and thanks you again, and she's like, I'm sure that Amelia appreciates it. It's you grieving and such.
Of course.
Understandable.
Completely. And it'll take time for her to heal back up and also never fully heal, unfortunately.
Well, I'm sure we'll see you again, but possibly not for quite a while. I'm gonna do what I have to take care of her. So, thank you again. And she kind of bows down, and she leaves with the bow and all the other stuff that you gave her that was her or his and such, and she heads on out.
Yes, as I whispered to you, Oliver, this is the type of thing you need to be direct with, even if it's painful for them. Sometimes it's easy for them to not accept it, but it hurts more when it's dragged out.
Yeah. I mean, it's this kind of thing isn't exactly just for adventurers either. I've seen enough of this kind of stuff to know that much.
Yes, it's never any easier, but with time, we can heal a little.
Yeah. I just wish there was something more we could do for her, you know? Like I know there probably isn't, but still can't help feeling bad that we couldn't bring him back.
Well, I would have liked to have at least taken the hag's head, so it would never happen again, but not everything
That,
works out.
yes.
Yeah,
We might need to.
sorry about that.
No, it's
Oh,
not
no.
your fault, Oliver.
She ran away like a coward. There's no.
Mm,
We'll have to keep an eye out for her eventually. I do not know if hags hold a grudge, but if they're anything like the sea hags I know of, who they can be troublesome.
Oliver, why do you apologize, if you don't mind me asking?
I mean, just when I grabbed the bag, she came over, she was right there, and I just couldn't do anything other than, you know, try to save myself, and I should have helped more. I should have done just something, anything, you know? So
I'm
sorry.
assuming you weren't taught or trained to run into combat or danger, correct?
True.
So, why be ashamed of something you were not taught to do?
I mean, it's what an adventurer should have done, right? I'm
Oh,
gonna.
we all fill our roles, Oliver. Don't ever forget that. Not everyone can be the captain of the crew.
If
We all fill.
Yes, if you were taught to stay alive and help people, as long as you do that, you don't have to be the bravest man on the field.
All right.
And yes, but just in case to help defend yourself, I think I might give this back to you to hold on to. I'll take out the mace. It's now glowing. It's just, yeah. I even made it a bit of a torch for you.
Oh,
Just
thanks.
just in case.
All right. Oliver will take it and try to find a place to, fasten it on his person, if at all possible.
Oh
I
yeah,
really
should be
don't
easy.
think he needed it to glow, though. Can't you see in the dark?
Yeah.
But everyone can use a light, I suppose. Once, if you'd like, I can shut it off. I'll just have to do a few things here.
No, it's fine.
Okay. Then.
Yes, just remember, not everyone can be a brave man of the dragon such as myself. You did what you were trained to do, and you did it well.
I suppose. Anyway, so, now what?
Well, we could spend a few more days here. I have a planned brawl tomorrow night, so if there's anything anyone wishes to do in the meantime.
Well, I might look for something interesting now that I've got more gold.
Oh yes, of course. Divide up our spoils here, and perhaps do a bit of shopping. And
400 divided evenly, we should each get 80.
Yes, sir.
Sweet.
very good.
Well,
So,
I'll do a bit of shopping if you wish, just to look around the town.
wouldn't mind going into some kind of magic shop, see if I can actually get something with the gold I have.
Mm.
I know just the place.
I at least need to restock on supplies.
So, everyone gathers up, and I guess you're heading out. So, what is the first stop you guys want to make?
If we can, I can lead them to a nice new magic shop I know of.
Yeah, I'd like to set
Okay.
off with my Barnabas backpack.
Oh yes, that too. If you we might have to make that. Get some supplies for it.
Okay.
What was the name of the magic shop again? I didn't catch it last time.
Thalia's Fantastical Emporium.
Yep. All right. So I shall lead the way. And as I come in, it's like, ah, Thalia, I'm back.
She kind of looks and she goes, "Oh, did you find the man who scammed you?"
Sadly not, but I did find a few customers for you, potentially.
She kind of looks and she goes, "Oh, new customers are always welcome. Everyone, welcome. Come in, come in. Nice to meet you. I'm Thalia. How can I help?"
Just looking for some magic items that might fit in my budget. I admit that it's not that great, but we'll see if there's anything that catches my eye.
A budget is a budget. Anything you're looking for in particular?
Well, there is one thing I'm quite interested in. Have you ever heard of night goggles? Or goggles
She
of night?
she kind of looks at you up and down. She goes, "Human, so I can understand your interest.
Of
Yes, of
course.
course, I've heard of them. I have a few pairs. Is that what you're looking for?"
Yes, that is exactly what I'm looking for.
She nods. Well, they do normally run 135 gold pieces.
Would
Is
you
that
consider
within your budget?
100?
She kind of looks at you. Roll persuasion with advantage.
Hey,
Yeah, she already feels a little bit bad for you guys. All right. She kind of looks at you. She goes, "All right. Well, your friend over there, he brought you in, and I feel a bit bad for him. So this time, one time only, 100 gold."
Oh, perfect. You're such a darling. So excited. And she hands over the gold.
All right. She kind of looks at everyone. So, anyone else looking for anything in particular?
Not for myself. I would certainly like to browse, if possible.
while I'm here and as I've recently did get paid a little, I might wonder, do you have any potions that might interest a few of us?
As you're looking around, you see they have healing potions. They have all kinds. Like they have all, I should say, all levels of them. They have other random potions here and there. But she kind of looks at you. She goes, "Well, it depends on what interests you. I have healing and such, but the other ones I have a bit of an assortment. But I could tell you if you're a bit more, if you know what you want."
Well, perhaps a bit of healing and what else might you have? Perhaps something that might give a nice brawler an edge.
Kind of starts looking, like starts just like eyeing at the potions over there. Just so you know right away, the healing ones are 50 for a standard one. The next level up is 150, and then the third level is 500 gold. So the 50 gold would be 2d4 plus 2.
Gotcha.
As far as other potions, go ahead and roll 2d12s.
Ew.
A 1 and an 8. All right, so one of them is a potion of climbing,
Gotcha.
and the other is a potion of hill giant strength.
Ah,
The hill giant is 21 strength for the duration.
yep. Ha, I see. This one would be quite nice for a brawl. How much?
She looks at it up and down. She goes, "Let me think. What was that one? What was that one?" She takes the bottle from you, kind of swirls it around. She goes, "I believe this one was 150."
Hmm. Well, Gecko, what do you say? Might need a little edge for your fight later?
I believe I should be fine. I've never needed to artificially enhance my strength before. I should be fine for now.
I'm sure he'll do great without it.
Uh, to each their own. Well, either way, I would like to get this potion of healing at least. Well, if we're going to go on adventures, we'll need something in case magics don't quite make the cut. Oh yes, so I'll take one of your potions of healing.
And as you guys are saying that, she kind of looks at you a bit more interested, and she goes, "Adventurers, are you all?"
I just got up together recently.
Well, then I should let you know, as I told your friend here before, I do a lot of trading, a lot of bartering, and also a lot of purchasing of magical items and rarities. So, if you guys end up coming across anything that you don't understand or that you think I may be interested in, if you bring it here, I promise to give you a good price.
All right, so Barnabas is immediately going to ask if she wants to buy the Heartstone.
Okay.
Ha ha!
Um. Okay. Do you tell her anything about it, or do you just say, "Do you want to buy this?"
Well, I mean, I'll kind of give a brief sort of like idea about where we got it, but assuming that she has some idea already. Um, but
All right.
also, what he'd be looking for is see if she has any cantrip spell scrolls that I can try and copy.
Well, I have the spell scrolls listed. Uh, she actually has all spell scrolls right now up to level 3. After that, it's gonna kind of be like, she has them here and there, but she does have all spell scrolls up to level 3. If you want a cantrip one, it would be I'll say it's gonna be half of a level 1 spell, so it'll be 25 gold.
All right, so how do you want me to do the? Because I know that there are technically rules about me possibly failing trying to copy them.
If my way, I look at it as, as long as you're having the time, like if you're not doing it out in the middle of nowhere, like if you're somewhere you're comfortable, you don't got to worry about stuff, and you can just sit there and actually do it, I'm not going to worry about you failing. Like if you're ever like, out in you find a spell scroll in the middle of a dungeon, and that night when you're all sleeping in a fucking haunted room, you're trying to do it, you might fail then. But if you have the time and means, you're not going to worry about failing.
Okay, so depending on if she wants to and how much she gives me, at the very least, I know I'm going to buy 3 cantrip.
Okay.
spell scrolls.
So you tell her what do you tell her you got this from?
I'll tell her we got it from defeating a hag. Although,
As soon as you say that, she kind of looks at you, and like her eyes are kind of go wide. She goes, "Oh, no, friend. Surely someone of your experience knows that wouldn't be a good idea for me to take that."
he just sort of shrugs.
And Barnabas, go ahead and roll a history. Actually, I'll let you choose history or arcana.
I'm proficient in both.
You do know that hags do not like losing their possessions because of how long they take to make. Like the Heartstone takes 30 days to create it. The Soul Bag takes a week. So you know that she is not happy at all that she lost this, and they usually come back for them.
All the more reason for me to get rid of it. Right?
Exactly. But the problem is this woman knows that.
Yes, Barnabas, perhaps I can hold on to that for you for now.
I'll hand Barnabas some gold. I'll hand him a nice 50. I believe this should help if you wish to purchase some scrolls, correct?
It's much appreciated. And he'll hand the Heartstone
Very good.
because he doesn't really have any need. Because I mean, you probably don't want the guy that's going to die first to be holding stuff that can heal people.
I mean,
I figure I'm gonna put it into a bag. I'm gonna put it into another dimension. Is what I'm.
Well,
going
right, because
to do.
then
It's
she
gonna-
wouldn't be able to find it anyway. It's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the bag of holding. It's just. I
Yeah,
definitely have to keep that going.
Yeah, I'm sure she doesn't have any idea how to find the tiefling who tried stealing her bag from her. She'll never know how to find Oliver.
hey, to be
Ah,
fair,
well,
of course.
She wouldn't be able to use locate object to find
Very
it
true.
at the very least.
to be fair, you should hand it to the guy who nearly took her head off. He'd be at least waiting for her.
But it is a good idea to not have it in this dimension. So your
Yeah,
guys' choice.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it in my bag, and it's just when we can, might want to get a real bag of holding.
Well, she did tell you that they sell them here.
Oh yes, but I kind of spent things on other things. So
All right. Do you guys want a list of just like the items I do have her having like guaranteed right now? So that way it's not going to be as much like, you don't know exactly what she has.
oh yeah, like we can kind of peruse around the shop type of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
sounds
Oliver
good.
would definitely be poking around at least
Okay.
a little
Well,
bit.
They do have any weapon you want, minorly enchanted to make it a +1. They have 2 pairs of goggles of the night left. They have 1 belt of dwarven kind. They have 1 bracers of defense. They have 1 thing that is kind of interesting. It's called an amulet of the drunkard. And what it basically does is anytime that you drink at least a pint of ale or like anything that like pretty much just any sort of alcohol, whenever you drink a pint of ale, mead, wine, anything like that, you regain 4d4 plus 4 hit points, and then you can't regain hit points again until the following day, like for using that item.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. They also have they have 1 Rod of Retribution, which requires attunement, and it has 3 charges, and when a creature within 60 feet of you damages you and you're holding the rod, you can use a reaction to pretty much make it take 2d10 lightning damage, so it's kind of like a hellish rebuke.
Makes sense.
They have a folding boat. I'm sure everyone knows what that is.
Yep.
Barnabas, one thing definitely catches your eye, and it is a hat of wizardry. It requires attunement, and it has to be by a wizard. And you could use the hat as your focus, so you wouldn't have to carry one anymore. But you can also try to cast a cantrip that you do not know. It must be on the wizard spell list, and you must make a DC 10 Arcana check. And if you do, it succeeds. If not, you fail, and the spell is fizzled. And then either way, whether the spell works or not, you cannot use it again until a long rest.
How much?
That's 60 gold.
I have 62 left. I have 62 based off of what Gecko gave me.
Yeah.
So
Well, I do not know why. I've never seen an item like this before. It says it's a wondrous minor tier common item. I've never seen minor
Oh,
tier
yeah.
before, so
Oh yeah, they were recently introduced. They've got some pretty great ones on there.
yep. But yeah, so that would be 60 gold. Here, just because I didn't know what was going to be bought and whatnot, so I'll make the items for next week. But that is the wizard hat right there. What else did I have? I rolled for all these pretty much all day today because I
Oh,
love
nice.
filling up item shops. All right. So that they have gloves of thievery.
Oh no.
Alba's
yeah.
next thing.
You know what they are? Do you want to do you need a description of them?
I vaguely remember what they are, but I can Google it quick.
When you're wearing them, they're invisible, so no one even notices that you're wearing them, and you gain +5 to sleight of hand checks, and you also gain +5 to thieves' tools when you are trying to pick a lock.
Yep, that is something Alba will go for next time. She doesn't
Okay.
have that much gold left, though.
Okay. Just as a heads up, those are 115.
Okay.
I mean, I could just outright buy them.
If you tell that
something-
to Alba, she would stare at you with like star eyes.
Oh yeah. You don't want to let everyone in the party know that you're flush with gold.
I mean,
Well-
how much was the drunken amulet?
the amulet of the drunkard was 100.
Hmm. I will put down 115.
150?
15 for the. Was it
Okay.
150 or 115 for
One,
the,
no, 115. I thought you said 50.
No, 15.
It was
for the-
115.
for the gloves.
Okay. Okay. Well then, Alba, you have gloves of thievery.
I can't believe you've done this for me, Geckle. I have 20 gold you can have here. I'll pay the best back at some point. This is great. I'll be outfitting myself with items I've had before again. And this time, no one will take them from me.
I do not mind. It's don't require a lot of things, so I don't mind spending it.
And yeah, Alba did just throw 20 gold at you.
Sweet.
All right. The next thing they have hanging up in a far corner is a set of very, very nice chainmail. It's mithril chainmail, so later you don't have to worry about stealth rolls. They have pipes of haunting, which may be of interest to you, Oliver.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that you could use fear with.
Ooh.
And then for at least two of you, a ring of spell storing, but that is a very expensive one, and a wand of secrets. And again, there are more, but that would just be more stuff along the lines of rolling for it when you ask if it's there.
Yeah. So,
Very good.
how much were the braces?
The bracers,
You said there was a braces of defense.
Defense.
yeah, those are 600 gold.
Yeah, nowhere fucking near.
Yeah, the most expensive one I said was the ring of spell storing. That's 800.
Yeah, that's a little ways
Yeah.
away.
Those are real good. So
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm
So,
happy for now.
all right. Anything else anyone was looking for?
No, not
I don't-
particularly.
I don't think so. Yeah.
All right. Any other shopping that had to be done, or was it all just pretty much here?
Oh, that's what I was thinking. How much was the belt of dwarven kind?
The belt of dwarven kind is 450.
Yeah, that's still.
Yeah, that's some Constitution buff and a bunch of other stuff. It's like
you
yeah, it's
effectively get all the racial abilities of a dwarf.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll keep that one in the back pocket until I get a bit more coin.
So, you guys seem to be done at the magic shop. The Thalia thanks you all and tells you to please come back and be safe because she's hoping to have this is the start of a bit of a business deal where you can bring her things, sell them to her, trade them to her, and she is very excited at the prospect of it.
Well, we hope for a fruitful business with you. Thank you.
Of course, and you've been a wonderful darling. You've just helped so much.
She nods, and as you guys are walking out, she keep an eye on him. You know, he's don't let it happen again.
But of course,
So,
what was she talking about? Right.
just a failed business venture that happened earlier. But it's nothing. It's nothing.
Okay.
Very well. I can see you're excited with your new purchases, Alba.
Oh, yes, I am. I am quite excited. And she, like, actually claps. Barnabas, look, I've got these items I used to have.
He sort of smiles and shows you his pointed hat with moons and stars on it, and just smiles real big.
and Alba, as soon as you do put the gloves on, they disappear.
She puts her other gloves back on over them.
That's a nifty little trick.
Oh, yes. And I've got my lock picks from before. Can't wait to actually pick something.
Very good.
Well, as long as it's not my pocket, have at it.
Yes, don't worry. I don't pickpockets from friends.
If
Yes,
you don't mind,
never steal from the crew.
if you don't mind me asking, you said you had them before. What happened to those ones?
Well, when one dies, their items are not exactly kept with them, you know?
Intriguing.
What?
She just smiles. You know, you die and then you get brought back to life. There's magic for that.
I mean, technically, I guess, yeah.
Yeah, the circumstances are a bit unknown at the moment, which is why I'm looking for the person with a goat.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess that makes a little more sense now.
Well, as long as you're happy for being back alive, there's not too much of an issue, is there?
Nope, not really. Still wondering why, but I suppose the why will come at some point.
Well,
Very good.
considering we have some time to spare now before this evening and tomorrow, is there anything anyone else wishes to accomplish, bar Barnabas and his scrolls?
I have a few things to do, actually. It's fine, though. You guys can do whatever. There's nothing complicated.
Oliver, if you want me to come with you, I certainly don't mind.
I guess it's up to you. I don't mind either way.
I'll come. I'll come for some moral support.
All right.
Yes, and perhaps I'll come as well. It's always nice to have someone who can talk the talk.
I suppose so.
I suppose I shall head off with Barnabas just to make sure he doesn't go starting any fights.
Yeah, Barnabas is just going to go copy spells into his book.
Yeah, Gecko will probably just have a few drinks sat next to him while he's scribbling.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
first on my to-do list is to go find some place to buy the rations so that I can replace the ones we used on our last trip.
Easy enough to find at a general store.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
5 silver apiece.
Oh, as a wanderer, I can kind of do that myself.
Well, it's like, yeah, you can acquire some stuff from the forest and such, but we still use just some basic rations there.
It's good for if we're ever places that we can not collect food. And also, Oliver does not know that, so he's going to go
Yep.
replace them.
Yep. We didn't know it before. It's been used.
It's fine. It was
Yeah.
1.5 gold.
Exactly. Yeah, it wasn't too much.
Second stop would actually be going back to the banking location that Geckel used the other day to trade some currency.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's not a crazy interaction, just the same thing of turning some gold into some platinum.
They charge you, I think it was 2 gold for every 100 gold you want to do.
Yeah, that's what
Yep.
it was.
So if you want to do, like, if you're going to change 100 gold into 10 platinum, you would just pay them 2 gold.
Yeah, I'm going to change 80 gold into 8 platinum.
All right. Well,
And
I'll just say we'll do it in increments of 100. So anything up to 100 is going to be 2 gold to exchange. If you're going to do 200 gold, it would be 4 gold, and so forth and so on.
okay.
So yeah, if you're, perhaps we can make assistance. How about you're doing 80? You said.
Yes.
Then I can do some of mine as well. We each put in a gold.
That sounds fair.
Yes, and I'll just do 20 to do 2 platinum.
Barnabas will literally never participate in this activity ever.
Hmm.
You're like, oh, it's only a gold and a half. It's like, I literally only have 2 gold total now.
Mhm.
Yep.
Oliver doesn't know much, but he learns fast enough, and he got told he should do it, so he's doing it.
Yep.
So there's that. And then the only stop then would be the Margrave's home
Okay.
place. Are there guards, any people like clearly working there?
Well, the Margrave's keep is it's for Margrave Zimmerset and his family.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't appear to have any guards on the outside. It's a it's an extravagant manor. It's not, I wouldn't say a mansion. It's a very, very large house with a big wooden door on the front of it. And are you like going up to knock? Or are you just looking around?
At this point, if there's no one outside, which the suggestion from Oliver was to talk to a guard outside, Oliver has not really a good idea what to do from here. So he is going to continue to just wait outside for a bit, kind of anxiously at least, though there are also other people with him at this point.
I was gonna
So
say,
Just so you know, there are like guards walking around, but there's not a guard specifically at the estate.
You could knock.
Oliver, do you have business here? Or, yes, we can.
I heard that the Margrave might have some information I'm looking for. Maybe not.
Well, perhaps we'll find out. I'll straight up walk up and just knock.
Yeah. I will follow him.
Okay.
Deep breaths, Oliver. Be calm.
About 20 seconds after you knock, a pretty elderly man, human, opens the door and just, yes. Who are you?
Hello, I'm Rothgar the Iron Dragon, but this gentleman here, Oliver, might have a few questions. Would that be possible?
Do you
Sheepish
have an
little wave.
appointment?
No, but I can make one. It's not urgent.
Oh, it's urgent. He's looking for his father. He used to be part of the castle guard, possibly. Guard?
he-
Soldier?
An
What was it?
adventurer that was worked at some point for the Margrave, I think.
Well, fortunately, the Margrave is not in at the moment. He should be back within the week. Here, let me take your name. And he pulls out a bit of pen and paper, and he just looks. I can't make any promises, but I can at least pass on a message.
Right. So my name is Oliver Rhineblood, and the man I'm looking for is Tabrin Laurent. If you just if he knows who he is or where he might be, I'd really appreciate it.
And
He
tell
kind of
him which inn you're staying at.
Oh, right. We're staying over at the Stumbling Stool.
he continues writing. He goes, right. Well, as I said, he should be returning within a week. I'll give him this message, and I'll. Well, we'll see if anything comes of it. But I
Right.
can make no guarantees.
If we're not there for some reason, I'm sure you can probably just pass it on to the innkeepers there, and they can give me the message too.
He jots that down as well, and he goes, very well. Will there be anything else?
No, thank you. And Oliver's going to just hurry away.
Okay.
You
The
did
door
good.
closes behind you, and you're off.
You did very well, Oliver.
Thanks. I just hope I hear something, you know?
Hopefully. If not, we can come back here and
Right.
maybe pester him a little bit this time.
So that's all I had to do. So Oliver's
Okay.
content to go back if everyone else is.
Okay.
Very good.
All right. So you guys are heading back to the tavern.
Sounds like.
Okay. I'll say this was pretty much a not complete day activity, but like as you're starting to head back, it's probably getting to the time where, most of the people are done working and starting to head to the taverns and that kind of stuff. So the streets are rather busy.
Mhm.
People walking around. So who was it? It was you, Alba, and Rothgar out, right?
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
All three of you go ahead and make a perception check.
Wow.
What the actual?
Just let me just to see if it's better than that.
I mean,
It
I
is
rolled
better.
a 1,
Wow.
and I'm proficient, so...
Yeah, same here.
All right. Well,
Alba is not proficient.
that would have been very nice for at least one of you to hear, but okay.
Well, that happened.
Yeah.
So anxious now.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. You guys end up making your way back. You're in the tavern, and it's actually very, very busy in here tonight. Like it's much busier than you have seen recently. They have a bard who is up there playing music. It is just it's it looks very fun, lively. Music's playing, people are drinking, and yeah, you enter, and probably for the first time, you don't have anywhere to really sit as far as it goes downstairs.
Visible sigh of relief from Oliver, followed by quickly moving over to where the bard is performing to watch and listen.
Anyone else have anything they're going to do here?
Yeah, actually, I've got a stupid idea, which means nothing. I probably would have asked Barnabas for a piece of paper and some ink, and I will put a sign up next to one of the tables for arm wrestling. If someone beats me, I buy them a round. If they lose, they have to buy me one.
Okay. All right. Very, very interesting. Okay. So
Or
we'll
we
say
can
you're
do it
doing that.
Someone has to buy the entire tavern a round.
Ooh.
I mean, you're the one making the rules, so that is up to you.
Yeah, I'll do that. So loser has to buy
Okay.
the tavern around.
All right. So I'll say with everyone here, instead of like going into extreme detail, we'll say 6 gold would be the price for a round for the entire tavern.
Okay, so there shouldn't be too many people here willing to test
No,
that one out.
not at all.
But yeah,
Not at all.
I'll put the sign.
But as I told you earlier, everyone seems to be in a good mood. And I told you this morning, Allison and Harold were as well. And Harold actually comes up and offers to arm wrestle you.
Hey,
Very well. I shall. We'll try to.
And
take it
you,
easy.
as you've seen him, he does look strong. I mean, he's not an adventurer, so it's not like crazy, but he does look very strong for your average person.
Ah, please, take it easy on me.
All right. So, we'll just do a strength check. Yeah, do athletics. So his is going to be with a +4, because I'll say he's proficient, and he is also a +2. So he rolls a 12. Okay. I was going to do it the same way that.
break his arm. I swear to God, I don't want to break his arm.
Well, I was going to do it the same way that Mercer does it, and kind of, okay, so you got an advantage on him, but you just fucking destroyed him, so you just beat him completely. But he gets up with a smile on his face, and he's round on me, and he's going and starts pouring drinks for everyone, and he seems to be enjoying it.
I'll just stand up and make
Oh,
sure everyone hears a round of applause for the generous host for losing on purpose.
He raises
Yes,
a glass to you
yes.
and continues pouring.
Alba cheers and takes one of the glasses and then just goes up. Is Barnabas sitting with everybody down there too? Or is
Well,
he like
look-
up in his room?
So as you walked in, as I said, there wasn't really room to like sit as a large group. You could kind of force your way in here and there. And you do recognize some of the faces there just from people that you've seen over the past few nights. You've been staying there a lot. There are some also new people there, but yeah. So Barnabas, would you stay down or would you be heading right up to your room?
He'd probably be in his room so that he wouldn't be distracted.
Okay, then she'll just go to Oliver and be like, well, I've got this drink, I've got my gloves, I've got some thieves' tools. I'm going to go have fun upstairs. See you all tomorrow. And she's just going to go upstairs and giddily lockpick her door lock a whole bunch of times.
oh no.
Her
Okay.
own door.
Yeah, wait, yeah, your own door. Or are you trying to break into someone's?
Oh, yeah, no, her own door. She's,
Okay.
Just
she just keeps
practicing.
locking it and
The
practicing and
nicest
locking
rogue in the
it.
world.
All
right.
Geckle, perhaps you'd like a new challenger.
Very well, as
Well,
long as you promise to take it easy on me.
As long as you do as well.
All right, you two, as you're getting ready to do this, go ahead and roll perception checks.
Wow, I just.
Yeah,
Perception
it's not
is
your night to be
9.
perceptive.
This is what you get for trying to sell fake goods.
All right, well, Geckle,
They aren't fake.
as you're looking around, you notice that there's 2 people that kind of catch your eye. They seem to be together. One is a very large man who has been kind of eyeing you ever since you put the bed out, and the other is a pretty attractive woman that's much smaller than him, but seems to be with him for the night, and they just kind of seem to be definitely paying attention to what you're doing.
Okay.
So, you two both go ahead as you're getting started up, and you could both do a athletics check.
I'm gonna rage and do it.
Okay.
Oh
So I
god,
get
I'm gonna get
advantage.
destroyed.
Okay. All right. So you get a bit of ground on him. I think since you don't technically attack or get attacked, you lose your rage right away.
Yep, but I got 3 of them.
Okay. All right. So yeah.
Oh, God.
So you see him kind of start breathing heavily, getting a bit angry, and then have a grin on his face as he pushes your arm down a little bit. Another athletics.
I'll do it again.
Ooh, evens it
Hey.
back up, even with the anger. Okay, another.
I'll just do it straight.
All right. Rothgar's gaining a bit of ground. Maybe that trash talk wasn't the smartest thing, Gecko. Again?
Japanese.
Oh, okay. Back to even. I'll say it's been going on for a while at this point that both your arms are getting a bit tired, so we're gonna do another roll, and it's gonna be pretty much who determine who wins.
I'll just go straight again.
Oh,
You
my
guys are both
goodness.
so tired by the time it's over. Your arms are both just shaking, and you're starting to gain a little bit more ground, Gecko, but then something happens, your elbow just gives out, and you just down on the side.
Oh, incredibly strong.
La-
Rough guy.
a big round of applause. Everyone do it. Everyone cheering and stuff. And Harold goes around and goes, "Oh, next round!" And he starts pouring everyone drinks again.
Yeah, and I'll hand him.
But of course, for the Iron Dragon, what could not go wrong there? Come on, everyone drink up. Everyone drink up. Was a pleasure, Gecko. And just give him a quick handshake.
Of course. Thank you for taking it easy.
After a bit more time passes, the large guy walks up to you and kind of looks down and, you up for one more?
Certainly. As long as you don't beat me too badly, of course.
He kind of just grins at you. So, his okay. He's gonna sit down, get his arm ready, and you guys can start. Okay, you got the heads up on him so far. He just is still looking at you with a grin on his face. Okay, one more and you're gonna win. So let's see.
I was about to say that 18, but it's a perception check.
Oof. All right, he just gets a bit of ground back. Oh my God, he's doing terrible. Yeah. All right, probably gonna be the last one. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm gonna spend my last rage on this to try and finish it.
Okay.
I might as well use it doing this because I'm not expecting to get in a fight.
And then you'll get in a fight.
All right. So it gets a bit more even. I'm gonna say the same thing. You're both getting extremely tired, so this one will decide it.
So,
Go ahead.
did I notice this going on at all? Did
Oh
Oliver
yeah,
notice?
yeah. They're making a big spectacle out of the arm wrestling.
I am absolutely going to go over and start cheering for Gecko, which is a bardic inspiration.
Okay. So you'll have a
Hey.
D6.
Awesome.
Ooh. Ooh.
You might need it.
Oh shit.
Hey!
Very nice, very nice. He still has a big grin on his face. He walks over, puts the 6 gold down, and comes back and he says, he waves the woman over. He goes, "Do you mind if we join you? Have a bit of a discussion for a few."
Certainly. Thank you for the competition as well, and I'll reach my hand out to shake his hand.
He shakes your hand. Very, very tight grip. He sits down and, "I'm very sorry. I'm sure you saw me watching before, but you were putting on quite the show. My name is Lawrence. This here is Kara." And he introduces you to the woman who was with him.
Lawrence, Clara, pleasure. My name is Gecko.
They both acknowledge you. They go, "So, I believe you entered here a bit earlier with a group of people looking a bit like you do a bit of travel. Is that correct?"
We have recently started to do jobs in and around town. Are you interested in hiring us for something?
He kind of looks and, "Well, that could be a possibility in the future." He goes, "Me and my wife here, we're also a bit of adventurers ourselves. Just figure introduce ourselves, get to know each other, and perhaps share some stories of what we've accomplished.
Oh, I would be more than happy to hear of your adventures, as long as we continue to drink for the night.
And over the rest of the night, I mean, over the rest of the time you talk to them, I should say, they talk about times that they've run into wyverns and all that. It pretty much the standard stuff, mines full of kobolds and all that kind of stuff. It's the very stereotypical adventures.
They have Oliver's rapt attention.
It seems you have been rather busy. Most of my adventures come from Wildmount, dealing with the creatures over there.
They nodded. Oh yes. If we've heard a great deal about it. We spent time in Whitestone, and they have a bit of a trade route with Wildmount.
Yes, it's one of the ways it's the way I came across. I came across from one of the boats.
They nod. Yeah. So after they've been sitting there talking for a while, they kind of look and they say, "Well, it's getting a bit late. We're going to be heading out. But we'd very much like you to. Well, we have a house here. If you and your friends would like to, perhaps stop by sometime, tomorrow, the next day, whichever you would prefer. But there may be some work to discuss."
Very well, we have some time tomorrow during the day. I can certainly put the offer forward to them.
He nods and gives you if that may be, we live here, and he's gonna give you a piece of paper that just has like an address on it. He tells you it's in the residential ward. It's near the easternmost gate, and he kind of just looks and stands up, shakes your hand again. Everyone around the table who was still down there talking to him, and he just goes, "Well, till tomorrow then. Have a good night."
Yourself as well. Good evening.
And yeah, you notice that the wife didn't talk all that much. Like, she would chime in here and there when, if he was telling a story and he forgot part of it, she would chime in. But other than that, she seemed to just listen and enjoy, like, hearing the stories.
Well, not everyone is good at telling the stories or being the boisterous type.
Mm-hmm. So, are you guys planning on staying down here much longer, or are you guys getting ready to head up too?
No, I was going to be heading up here and seeing about doing some tinkering to make some bullets.
Okay.
Does the bard here stay as late as most patrons, or does he leave at all early?
Well, probably about. I'll say he probably starts getting ready to leave maybe an hour before the bar closes, because it starts to get a bit there's not as many people there.
Not
Tips
very
start
busy.
slowing up, so he kind of takes his leave.
Oliver's going to use this opportunity to try to get up and play something in his place while people are still here.
All right. You can either roll the instrument or performance, whichever you wish.
And I would like to, since I am performing anyway, and it takes the correct components, I would like to use my minor illusion cantrip to create accompaniment.
Okay.
Let's see. Performance. Come on, not a terrible roll again.
You still have a bit of nerves in you as you get up. You know, you're not really used to performing in front of people by all that much. You're a bit shy, but you play well. You know, a few mistakes here and there, but I mean, at this point, people are kind of drunk
Mhm.
and they don't notice the mistake. So everyone seems to be enjoying themselves.
Awesome.
You'll get a total of like 1 gold and 2 silver worth of tips for the night, for the last hour.
Awesome.
And yeah,
Yeah. Play till they close up.
Okay.
Turn the tips over to the innkeeper, to Allison, and then head up to my room once everything's closed down.
Okay, sounds good. Great.
Yeah, I'll probably
So-
be heading up as well.
Okay. Yeah, for your tinkering and stuff, I'll say again, like, unless you guys are in dangerous or stressful situations, if you actually have the time to sit down and do stuff, I'm not going to make you worry about failing it unless it's like extremely
Gotcha.
complicated. But making ammo, you've done enough that it's kind of like second nature at this point. So
Yep.
you're able to make the ammo as you want.
Very good.
All right. So everyone is asleep. Elba, would you have still been lockpicking your door as they all came upstairs?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So as you go up, you notice that Elba is sitting outside in the hallway, and you notice the door closes and then opens back up. She closes it and it opens back up, and it's kind of happening repetitively.
And she's just giggling to herself.
I see you're having fun.
Yes, I haven't lockpicked in so long. Oh, it's nice to get the gloves back too.
Well, tomorrow we may have a job, so try to get some rest.
Oh, that's exciting.
We'll see.
Well, I'll be excited to see what happens with that. For now, I suppose I should get done doing this and maybe wear the goggles for like 5 minutes before I sleep. Good night. And she closes her door.
Good night.
All right. So yeah, everyone has a nice night's rest. You wake up the following morning. You have a couple of possibilities today, whether it be going to look or going to talk to the people for the job, a pre-planned bar brawl. So it is now the following day. What do you guys want to do?
Well, I assume everyone's meeting downstairs first, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Well, one of the competitors for the arm wrestling last night, him and his wife, Lawrence and Clara, said there was a possibility of a job. They didn't specify the type of job. Clara, sorry, I said Clara, but yeah, Clara.
Oh no, I might have said it wrong before too. It's very similar.
They live in the resident ward near the eastern gate. I have some directions. If you wish, we can hear their offer before we make a decision.
Sounds like a wonderful plan.
No, I don't mind.
Yeah.
Well, so what is that your guys' plan? You want to head out there? I mean, it's still very early, so you can have time to do other stuff first.
I got my stuff taken care of. I'm good.
Yeah,
Probably
we'll
wait
just-
till it's a polite hour. But other than that,
Yeah,
Barnabas,
we
did you
can-
finish? Did you finish all your stuff? Did you have enough time to copy stuff?
I should, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, if I didn't do anything else.
All right. Well, then, I mean, yeah, we could say it goes through the day. What time would you guys want to head there around?
Maybe 10, 11-ish? Reasonable hour?
I was thinking 10-ish.
Yeah, no problem. When you get there, it is a pretty nice house. Probably a little bit larger than most of the other ones around it. And as you walk up to the large wooden front door and knock, you are greeted by Kara, who opens the door. And as you look in, you see like on each wall as you're looking in, there's a set of stairs going up each side that curl and meet around in the middle, and straight in front of that there is a big archway that leads into what looks like it's a sitting area. And she kind of nods as you all show up, and she goes, "Oh well, more of you here today than there were last night. It's nice to meet you all. Please come in."
Thank you.
But of course.
So yeah, as
Pleasure,
you
madam. Word is you might have some business.
this is true. Here, come take a seat. Lawrence will. I'll go get him and let him know that you've arrived. So she leads you in, and it's like I don't know. It's weird in here. It's extreme. Like not weird, I shouldn't say, but like all the couches and stuff. It's very bright. Like it looks like it's like like a teenage girl decorated it. It's very bright. There are books lining the walls on bookshelves. There are two leather chairs that like flank each side of a small fireplace, and it's very comfortable. They have a couple of couches, a couple of chairs, and then the other two chairs, and it looks like it's just like a lounge area. Um, about 2 or 3 minutes later, they both come back down, and Lawrence welcomes everyone again, and they sit down on one of the yellow couches and look at everyone and say, "Well, is this all of you?" Then and he kind of looks towards you, Geckel.
Yes, this is the entire group I travel with.
We are the Gilded Blade. Nice to meet you.
Name and everything very proper. That's good to hear. So, I'm wondering, have any of you heard about the cult activities up north?
Have I heard about the cult activities up north?
Anyone who wants to could go ahead and roll I'll say history, yeah. I'll say history or religion.
I assume the cult activity isn't recent enough for Alba to know about it? Or is recent enough for Alba to not know about it?
I mean, it probably has been taking place over the past few months.
Okay, I would say that she doesn't know then.
Okay. All right. Well, I will say that everyone aside from Barnabas then and Alba, you have heard that there has been cult activity up in the Umbra Hills, which is north of. Actually, I can pull you guys onto the map. You guys right now are all in West, and Joran Village is up here, and farther north is the and they continue. Yeah, it appears that strange things have been happening. People going missing, sacrifices, just a lot of terrible things.
I heard some rumors about that before I left to come here.
He kind of immediately, when you say that, shifts his attention to you. Goes, "Oh, do tell. What did you hear?"
Not much more than that, honestly. Just that there had been people disappearing. There was suspected cult activity related to it, but that's about it.
He nods, kind of, yeah, like understandingly, and well, that is what we're interested in. We are looking for some people to go there, gather a bit of information. Um, we have a bit of a past with the cult. We want to know if it's the same one, but as it is only me and my wife now, not not well prepared enough to go ourselves.
I see. For any more news, any such dangers you might know of on the path up there?
the path up, if you take the road, it'd be very safe until you get to at least Jordan Village. Once you start to go into the hills, I have not heard of anything, but I'm sure there are the standard dangers that come with mountains and hills.
Very good. I'm sure, given our group, it should be no problem.
All right, really quick. What is everyone's passive perception?
13.
13?
Yes.
14.
13?
Yeah, because it's 10 plus your modifier.
Yep. All right, I'll say this. Does anyone have a 15 or better?
Nope.
No.
Seems unlikely.
Abyss might.
No, it's 13.
Is it? Okay. So then I will let you all decide. One of you can do a perception check to look around, just to have a look.
I think that's me.
Sure.
I
have a
think.
plus 5, a
right?
plus 5.
Oh, you have a +5?
Yeah, it might actually be Barnabas.
Wait,
so
if you have a +5, then you have a
then you-
15
yeah.
passive.
If it's a 10 plus your wisdom modifier, I mean, I have a
Nope.
plus 3.
No,
No,
it's
no,
plus
no,
your
it's
perception modifier.
Oh, so I have 15. Yeah. I have
Okay.
Yeah, so
passive
yes,
15.
never
So
mind.
then, in that case, Barnabas, as you're kind of just sitting there listening to the stories, I mean, it's probably stuff you've heard of before anyway. You kind of just start looking around, and you do notice a few strange things. One being that none of these pictures around here look anything like these two people. It just catches your attention that it's strange that they have a house, that their house has so many well done paintings and such, but it does not resemble them in the least. And he did have some strange mannerisms when he was talking about the cult, especially how he kind of immediately snapped his attention to Oliver when he said that he had heard about it before. Just a few things making you feel a little bit uncomfortable.
I will attempt to kind of whisper that information to Alba.
Yeah, Alba would be paying attention to Barnabas whispering to her, so she'd be like, "Oh, so what is your past with the cult, if you don't mind me asking?"
And again, kind of the same way that when someone else had mentioned that they heard of it before, he kind of looks directly at you and he goes, "Well, we'll just say that we had a run-in a while back and we lost something to them."
Uh, may I ask what that is? Is that something that we can get back for you?
Unfortunately, no. Once this was gone, it's gone.
Eh,
And
that's very unfortunate.
what is it specifically you are asking us to do?
Well, as we've said, it is pretty apparent that there is cultist activity going on up there. We wish to know if it is the cult that we were wronged by. If it's just another cult, we have no reason to go up there. And we'd be putting ourselves in danger for nothing. So, figured we can hire some adventurers, let them go for us, let them discover which cult it is, and come back with information.
And which is the cult who wronged you?
He kind of like looks back and forth between his wife and you for a second. He goes, "It was a bit of a dragon cult. We never got an exact name, but they had symbols of Tiamat."
Do I believe him?
Roll a insight check.
Yeah, good luck.
Alba will attempt one as well.
Go for it.
Alba's very insightful.
I mean, to be fair, I've only got a +1, so not super.
They're
excited.
pretty weird. I'll give it a shot.
Go for it. It seems pretty truthful. I mean, you're not picking up anything that's making you think he's a liar right now.
Oh yeah, we're all gonna be believing these fools, aren't we?
Yeah, I think so. I think everyone rolled and no one passed.
Well, thank you for
Well,
the offer. If you will allow us some time to discuss it before getting back to you.
They nod and they say, "Well, here, we can give you a bit of privacy here if you would like to discuss it now, so that way we don't have to meet back up again if there's no reason."
We do have business elsewhere. We probably won't be leaving town today, so we should be able to come back to you relatively soon, but we do have business elsewhere.
They nod. Well, it's disappointing, but yeah. Well, if you do return, it's possible we may have already offered the job out, but we'll keep you in mind.
That sounds great. May I just ask, what are you giving in return for this?
Oh, well, that would depend. If you go, do a bit of research, come back, and you tell us what the cult there is worshipping, who per se, we're offering 1,000 gold pieces.
did you say 1,000? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Perhaps we can discuss this here real quickly.
He has a big smile on his face, and before anyone else can say anything, he gets up and he goes, "Ah, my dear, please come. We'll go get something to drink while our friends here discuss." And
Gecko will just
he leads
look
her
at
out
him.
a door on the other side. They open it. As like anyone who's paying attention to where they're going, you can look through and see it's pretty much a kitchen that they walked into.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stare at Rothgar.
Well, that was an interesting offer. 1,000 gold for information alone?
It's a lot of information, but I don't know if we can trust them.
Yes, we're being asked to do a job on not a lot of information ourselves.
That is true.
I don't know. They seemed kind of odd, but they also seemed pretty honest about it.
Of
Well,
course, yeah.
Barnabas did point something out to me, and she kind of nods towards the pictures.
I'm going to rifle through some things in here if I can. See if I find anything interesting.
Okay. Go ahead and do an investigation check. Okay. I mean, you're going through some books, just looking around, and you find what appears to be a letter. It just looks like it's like from someone's it's addressed to someone named Caleb, but it is from a woman named Mary, and it's just like it kind of looks just like a love letter to when someone was away at war. It's you did 20. It's a very old letter. It was just inside one of the books. Uh, Other than that, just looking around, you do notice one other thing that's a bit strange, and it is that like as you're looking around the fireplace, because there is a bookshelf on each side, and then along the top of it as well, there are like there's a row of pictures. Um, you notice something that looks like it's a bit out of place, like one of the bricks is a bit off, and like doing a bit more looking around, especially with like knowing how mechanisms and such work, you could tell there's probably some sort of a secret door around here.
All right. Can I examine the switch and see if there's, I suppose, any sort of potential trap.
Yeah, I'm gonna
No.
say you. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Alba was just gonna say, that's terribly rude.
True, but if you're suspicious of these people,
And I'll say just because you rolled a 25 on investigation, I'll let that be part of the checking for traps too, and it does not appear to be trapped. It actually
Alright.
appears to be. It actually appears to be pretty frequently used, just like you could tell from like there's a bit of it's a bit more faded than the other bricks, and it looks like it's used quite frequently.
all right, I'm going to go ahead and flip the switch.
Okay.
Good man.
Okay. So, you flip it, and where there was uh, a like I said, somewhat small fireplace, that kind of clicks up a little bit, and you hear stone like kind of grinding on top of stone as it slides off to the side and reveals a staircase that's going down. Everyone do a perception check. All right. Oliver and Barnabas, it wasn't that loud, but you do hear the other room, someone in the other room kind of like move a bit, like a bit of a shifting, and you think maybe them walking towards the door that they left from.
We might have company here in a second.
Very good. I'll see it. Just hit the switch again if again.
It closes back up. It is Kara who comes back in. She goes, "Everything okay? I thought I heard something."
Yes, just a bit of a trip there myself. Sometimes I'm not the best with my armor, but it'll be fine. But we've discussed it a bit, and we're not quite sure just yet. We'll have to see about some other business in town first.
She kind of looks at you, looks where you were standing, and nods. Right. Will you be leaving then?
I believe so, yes. But again, we'll get back to you shortly.
Maybe tomorrow after we're done with our business here.
She kind of nods, and she has a bit of a scary looking grin on her face, and she goes, "It may be best if you were to leave."
How so? Well, it, it is your business, I suppose.
No, you're the
Tell,
ones who are not sure, and you seem to be a bit nosy.
really?
Well, you're up here
Uh,
looking at all of our pictures, and
yes, the pic. You brought that up. I was looking at them and a bit confused. Who are they?
she kind of looks at you and has a smile on her face again. She goes, "We never brought up the pictures.
I was looking at them. Yes.
Roll deception." She kind of just smiles. Friends and family.
Anyway, I believe our business here is concluded. We
It seems like it.
we shall get back
Seems
to you
so.
with a response.
She just nods and kind of continues staring.
And I will usher them out.
Okay.
So,
Guys, are able
Barnabas,
to
did
leave.
you know those two?
Do I know them?
I'll say go ahead and do a general intelligence check to see what you could put together from all the stuff that just happened. What the fuck? Really?
Yep.
Okay. All right. As you were looking around after you noticed the pictures, it kind of it piqued your interest. And then they started talking about cult and all that kind of stuff and the job. But as you were looking around more and more, you did notice that there were a few things that stuck out. One being when it wasn't really like his. It didn't seem like it was his interest in people who have heard of the cult, like that. It wasn't like a good thing. It was kind of like he was nervous when he had heard people had heard about the cult more than that he was interested in what they had heard. It seemed like he was hoping they had not heard that much. And you did notice that they had religious symbols that you're not exactly sure what they were. Yeah, a lot of it just was very, very off to you and made you think that they were probably not the most honest of people. But as far as them in general, you don't know who they are or anything like that.
For the record, that actually should be a 24, not a 26. I did a saving throw instead of a.
Still
yeah.
24.
Still very good.
Just as a,
So actually, you did not notice anything then.
Well, perhaps we can look into this later.
Or perhaps not if they're not trustworthy. I mean, for all we know, they could be part of the cult and they're selling us to them or something.
Potentially, but still,
One,
might need to look into it.
yes, might need to look into it, but one option could be to go there ourselves, but not on the job.
If there's might be dangerous or something, is it really safe to leave them here?
Well, unless you have proof, there's nothing
Oh.
the guard can do.
I guess that's true.
I'd say perhaps later tonight, we could enter back in, see what's downstairs.
I don't know about that. That seems even more rude than what you did earlier, although I suppose what you did earlier kind of revealed their less than noble intentions.
Yes, and given Barnabas and his unease about it and what we saw, I'm a little worried that they aren't the people who own this house.
Wait, so Alva's gonna decline using her new gloves to lockpick into somewhere?
I know it's a little weird, but
So, by the time you're done talking and all that stuff and you leave the house, it's getting to reach around noon. You guys have the rest of the day ahead of you. You have a possibility now of wanting to go back there, but you also have a possible bar fight to attend later on. So, what does everyone want to do?
Well, I'm going to head towards my possible bar fight.
Does anyone else have anything they want to do during the day, or is everyone good with just kind of going to the night and the tavern?
I think night and tavern is fine.
Yep.
Barnabas, anything you want to do?
Nope.
Because remember, you have access to all level 1 and 2, so if you ever want to go do stuff like that, you have a whole school at your disposal.
Yeah, but I still have to spend the money, right?
Well, you
Oh,
have to
yeah.
spend the money not on the spells themselves, just on like the materials to inscribe.
Right. Well, I mean, I
So
have to go.
it would be like getting a free spell scroll. Oh yeah, true. You just bought the other ones. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
literally, that's the only thing that Barnabas. I mean, he's an old man. He's not gonna go drinking. He's not gonna go partying. The only thing he'll ever want to do is get spells. So if he doesn't have any money, he's probably just gonna go to bed.
Okay. So you don't want to go watch Gecko's bar fight?
Maybe.
Go to
Depending
sleep
on-
at 4.
Yeah, exactly. That's what old people do, right?
Come on, Barnabas, let's go watch.
Fine.
Yes, you never know what kind of trouble we can get into.
You can participate if you wish.
All right. So, you guys go to the Shattered Bone, and it's depressing there. Honestly, it's very dirty. It smells of just rotten ale and vomit. Like you could smell. It's awful. There are a bunch of people there though, which is very weird. So as you enter, everyone kind of looks at you a bit strangely. But after a couple of seconds, Geckel, the guy that you had seen, approaches and kind of has a smile on his face. He goes, decided to show up.
Of course. Is it alright if some of my friends either participate or watch from the sidelines?
I think there are 3 other people who are ready to fight tonight, so yeah, we could make room for another 1 or 2.
Now look at the group.
Well, I think it should be Oliver and Rothgar.
Seems like a good time. What do you say, Oliver?
I mean, if you guys are sure, then sure.
I'm positive. It'd be a great
And-
experience for you.
And just so everyone will be aware of how it's going to work is there is going to be like I know it's supposed to just be like if you're not a tavern brawler or a monk, you only get 1 damage plus your strength modifier. But I'm going to do it no matter what because that would take extremely long sometimes. You're going to get a D4 plus your strength modifier for attacks.
Good, because otherwise I can't deal damage.
Well, so yeah, it's going to be a D4 plus your strength for damage, and that will be the fights. The guy who's talking to you right now, he points out the other 3 guys that are ready to fight. 2 of them are dwarves, and one of them is a monstrous human. The 2 dwarves, they both look rather battle tested. They're both muscular for dwarves, but one of them is a little bit more. He looks a little bit quicker, but while the other one is a bit fat, I guess would be the only word to describe him. But the human who is there looks like he might be some kind of an outlander. He doesn't look like he's like been around civilized people all that long. He's sitting there shirtless with tribal tattoos and matted hair, so he looks a bit rough.
Kind of like Geckel, but human.
Very, very similar, yes. And he kind of looks around and he goes, well, I think we'll be starting here as soon as sun goes down, so maybe an hour or 2. Get a drink, you're gonna need it.
Very good, very good.
So,
All right.
Can I ask a couple of clerical questions about the rules before we really get started? With this?
sure.
Armor.
Yeah, you can wear your armor.
Oh,
Okay.
we can. All right then. Never mind. I was about to say I was going to take it off, but
Yeah, me too.
Wait, you guys have armor?
yeah. Mm.
Well, the guys he pointed out to you, the human was the only one that was not in any sort of leather, or any sort of armor, I should say. The
Oh,
other 2
gotcha.
had on at least leather.
Okay. Magic.
It's a fist only. There's no physical weapons and no magical weapons, so magic is a no-no.
All right. So
'Kay.
no magic weapons. All right.
I assume then like buffs are also off the table.
I mean, if they don't seem like they know a lot about magic. If you could get it off without them knowing, who knows?
Okay.
They didn't specifically say anything about that. The rules are the only way you could hurt someone or hurt your opponent is with your fists.
Okay.
Other than that, pretty wide open.
Well, that gets rid of my first plan.
Well, I've got an idea. All right.
Oh, but you sure you don't want to get involved?
Well.
Oh, never mind. She was gone for a second. I think.
Oh yeah, yep. So if we can wear armor, I'm gonna quickly just kind of shine mine up a bit and gonna use one of my infused items today and make it enhanced defense.
Okay. All right. Anyone else got anything they want to do?
Thinking.
No.
Do we have a general idea about where the bar fights are going to be?
Not yet.
All right.
I mean, to be fair, this whole place look at like it's been every inch of it has been like it's seen a bar fight, so you're not exactly sure.
Oh yeah, yep. All right then. Like just before the hour is up, I'm going to make a turret. Use the protector turret. Be like, Elba, you think you could hold on to this for me?
Sure, I guess.
Oh yeah, just make sure to get a good eye on the action when it starts.
You know, if you're asking me to cheat for you, I don't really think cheating is that honorable.
Oh no, it's that's just to make sure none of us go permanently down.
Oh, okay. Yep, I can hold this thing then.
Can I bet 2 gold on Geckel? That's all I have.
Well, to be fair, yes, there is people taking bets already. The first thing before that happens is since you guys are new, you get to
have
choose who you want to fight.
Right?
Oh no, not you two. But the 3 new people who want to fight get to choose who they're going to fight.
No, I'm saying this Fight Club. If
Mhm.
it's your first night at Fight Club, you have to fight.
Yep.
Well, I'll let the other two pick their opponents first. I'll be generous.
Oliver, go ahead. Take your pick.
Well, like I said, the skinnier dwarf, like the one who looks to be in like he looks a bit stronger, but the other one looks more experienced and definitely a bit hardier. So, Oliver, when you see the human, no,
absolutely not.
But the other two seem kind of similar. It seems like one might be a bit stronger, and the other might be a bit like healthier, a bit hardier.
Oliver's just gonna close his eyes and point.
All right,
Hardy
roll
one.
roll a d2. If you get a
I
1,
just
you're getting the
did.
fat. Okay, you get the one who looks a bit thinner, who's not
Okay.
as hardy.
Very
All
good.
right.
Open my eyes, peek, breathe a sigh of relief that I didn't accidentally point at the big guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll take the other dwarf then. Yes.
Okay.
I'll
Well,
take- I'll
Gecko,
take-
you have the big man.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. All right. So, yeah. Now they are going to start taking bets. Oliver does not have very good odds. So anyone who's willing to bet on him, like if you bet, it's pretty much 1 to 10. So if you bet a gold and he wins, you get 10 gold.
Oh, nice.
For Rothgar, it's 1 to 3. And for Geckel, he's actually 1 to 5. So you'll get 5 times whatever you bet on him if you win.
Cool.
Oh shit.
I'm betting 2 on Geckel.
All right. So
Can I bet on myself?
the fighters cannot bet.
Or I'll hand the gold to Albert to bet then.
Okay.
Okay.
How much are you betting?
I'll hand you 3 platinum.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Holy cow!
That is a bit too rich for this establishment.
5 gold then.
They'll take up to 10 gold bets.
Okay, I'll give you a platinum to bet on Geckel.
Okay,
Oliver,
I'm
you
betting
have-
1 platinum on Geckel, and let's put 1 gold on Oliver.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll put 1 Oliver just for encouragement.
Oliver, you have 11 temporary hit points.
Yay!
What, did you just cast Aid?
No, I did not. I'm using that turret.
It's the defense turret. It gives temporary hit points every round.
Every one of my bonus actions, I can activate it, and everyone within a close enough distance to it that I choose can get so many temporary hit points. And I rolled maximum, so...
Okay. So, at this point, it's getting to be about that time. The guy once again comes over to you, and he goes, all right, follow me this way. And he leads you around a bit around the bar to a door that's behind it. And as you walk in, you see what appears to be just an completely empty room that has stairs at one end that go up around onto what looks to be like a bit of a overhanging, not balcony, but a big platform up there for people to stand and watch. And I will move you all to the map.
Barnabas,
Everyone
come
can
on.
see, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
And I didn't pull out hundreds of tokens because it makes everything go slower, but there's probably about like 20 or so people back here watching. So, obviously, I think we're going to make Geckel the main event. Who
Mhm.
wants to go first between Oliver and Rothgar?
Oliver, I think you have this. Go ahead. You can do it.
Okay.
Geckel will just give you a thumbs up.
Okay. All right. So, they ask everyone who's not planning on fighting right now to clear out. So we'll move you guys. All right. So, Oliver,
Yes.
looking across at him,
Mm-hmm.
he's a bit scary looking, but you
Mhm.
definitely have the least scary looking out of everyone else that was fighting.
Oh, thank goodness.
So, gonna go ahead and say, again, and you could be as crazy as you want. Like, if you want to try to fucking pick up a brick and smack him on the head, go for it. Be as creative as you want. But we're gonna go ahead and get into this. So, you can go ahead and select your token and roll initiative.
All right. Token selected. And roll that initiative.
Pretty good.
All right. Let me.
Yeah.
He rolled a 13, but I do not have a proper token and stuff made for him, so that is what we're getting. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, why the hell is this music so low? Okay. All right. So Oliver, it will be your turn first. It's not the guy who was showing you guys everything. It wasn't the guy like the guy who invited Geckel is not the one leading this. It appears to be the guy who was the tavern keeper over on the other side, but he seems to have swapped out with someone else and is now announcing it. Kind of, pretty much, he is the Joe Rogan of this event. So he is he's announcing, and everyone ready, begin, and it is on you.
All right. Oliver's immediate thought would be he is just going to hold his ground and take the dodge action for this turn.
Okay.
Nice.
So everything has disadvantage to hit him.
Okay. Well, you're going to stay still. That's your turn?
Yep.
Okay. This guy has a big grin on his face. He's going to run straight at you and fake a punch that's going to would probably land on your jaw and go to punch you in the stomach instead. And he rolls a 22 to hit.
With disadvantage?
Okay, never mind. A 17 to hit.
A 17 is a miss.
Okay.
I think. Actually, let me check that. I said that so confidently, but it's
17
actually
is your armor
It
class.
is my AC.
Okay, so he's going to do 1 plus, what's his? Okay. He does 3 damage to you.
Okay, so I lose 3 of those temporary hit points. Gotcha.
And he kind of just sits there in a bit of a boxing stance, ready for your next attack.
Okay. Given that he has hit me, I'm just going to try to slug him back, which would be... Am I proficient with unarmed attacks?
I'm going to say just do a strength roll.
Okay.
That's what I'm rolling for all of them on their attacks. Is what you guys will roll too. Okay. Yeah, his AC, just so you'll know, so you're not going to have to worry every time, is a 14.
Okay. Whiff.
So you're going to miss that one.
Miss that one. And try to move at least a little bit, just kind of starting to get around him as much as I can, but I think that'll be it for my turn.
As you're starting to circle around, he's going to go ahead and throw an elbow up at you.
Okay.
For a 14 to hit, so he's going to miss.
Okay.
Okay. And he seems to be kind of content to just stand there and try to swing at you as much as he could. He doesn't really have much of a strategy.
Okay.
It is your turn.
That is, let's see. I will make another attack.
Okay.
Nope.
Not quite.
Another wide swing. Keep moving to probably there is good.
Okay.
Trying to just circle around.
And this turn, he is going to attempt to tackle you to the ground. So go ahead and make an athletics check.
Athletics. Can I use acrobatics?
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say because it's a fist-to-fist brawl, sure.
Okay.
He rolled, you don't got to even roll great. He rolled an 8. Okay. So you're able to dodge out of the way. And I will say, let's see, we'll make it interesting. Okay, he rolled a 5 on a dexterity saving throw, so he misses you as you dodge out of the way, and he is going to be prone in front of you, so you'll have advantage on your next attack.
Oh, he is prone, and I dodged him, so I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to try to come down just on his back with my shield.
Okay.
Which will be still just the 120 plus 1. I have to do that twice. I don't know how to do.
If you just that's fine. All right,
Yeah,
well, you
I'll
still miss.
do it twice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I still
Well,
missed.
He is going to stand up
Mm-hmm.
and turn around and throw a haymaker at you
Okay,
for 19.
that's a hit.
Okay. For 6 points of damage.
Okay, I still have temporary hit points left.
Okay. And he looks a bit angrier now that he's missed, or that he's fallen, and you kind of made him look like a bit of a fool by dodging. So he's angry, but it is your turn.
I am going to. So I've gotten hit now. I'm going to move to here. And I'm going to try to shove him into the post holding up the banister.
Do a strength or athletics, strength, whichever one, to see if you could push him.
Doesn't matter either way, but it's a straight D20 roll. Yay, jack of all trades.
He rolled all. You actually, I mean, he rolled a natural 1, so you still do push him.
Yay!
Hey,
He goes back, and I'll say he's gonna hit that pretty hard. He will take 3 points of damage.
Yay! And from there, it's just going to be. I've seen him tackle me at least once, so I'm going to move here.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
Great. He is going to shake it off, run up to you, and he is going to attempt to punch you in the gut. Rolled a 23 to hit.
That's a hit.
Right? For 3 points of damage.
I have officially lost 1 hit point.
hey.
Even though that's the first time I've actually been able to hit him. Let's see. Oliver wouldn't know too much about it. I am going to pretty much back right up against the wall and use take the dodge action again and hope that I can get him to punch the wall instead of me.
Okay. Let's see. All right. He is going to go ahead and attempt to punch at you again with disadvantage. He rolls a 19 with disadvantage.
Still hits.
Okay. For another 3 points of damage.
Okay.
And you guys can see a bit of bruising, a little bit of blood from his lip starting to occur on Oliver.
Okay.
You can do it, Oliver. Come on, you've got him on the rope.
Yeah, Alba cheers harder.
That didn't work well. It hasn't worked well both times I've tried to dodge him, so it's gonna be I'm gonna lash out at his leg as best as I can since I'm
Okay.
kind of crouched anyway. Which would be
It is not your night for a bar fight.
Oh man.
it's never Oliver's night for a bar fight.
As you try to go for his leg, he jumps over it, and as he's on his way back down, he's going to try to land a shot at the back of your head.
Okay.
Missing. He rolled an 8.
Hey.
Nice.
And he pretty much he is just trying to smother you, stay on top of you, and swing nonstop. So it is your turn again.
In that case, I'm going to try the one thing that works. I'm going to work my way around him, which I have plenty of movement for, and again, just try to like shield bash him up into that wall.
Go for a athletic strength, whatever you want. He rolled a 7.
Yay!
All right, so he is going to stumble forward, falling onto his knees and hitting his forehead onto the wall, taking 2 points of damage.
Yay!
All right. And he is going to stand up, rubbing his forehead a little bit with a very big grin on his face, and once again run straight back at you. And he crit.
Ow!
Oh no.
So that's 2d4 plus 2. 7 points of damage.
Okay. I am officially bloodied.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. This seems to be the only thing that's working, so I'm just going to try to again just like knock him right back into that wall with the shield.
All right. He rolled a whopping 10 this time.
Hey, I got like a 50-50 shot. Hey!
All right. You beat him by 7. So, you know what? You pushed him even harder. It'll be 2d6 this time. Somehow he still only takes 3. Okay.
It's okay. And then, since he's been pushed back and I'm not in danger of getting hit, I'm gonna move. Can I move to behind where that support beam is to use it as like a small amount of cover?
I mean, you are able to try whatever the hell you want.
I would like to try that.
Go for it.
So,
If you just leave him right there, I'll say you're standing behind it.
okay, thank you.
All
That's
right,
what I was
so-
wondering.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, he will.
So wait, he moved. How close is he to Alba right now?
You guys are probably about 10 feet up. So I'll say 20 feet away.
Darn. Okay, never mind then.
So yeah, he is going to run, and he's just going to swing wildly at you, rolling a 19 to hit.
Hits.
Roll 2 for 4 points of damage.
Okay.
And I will say, just so you know, because I didn't explain perfectly, you are able to basically surrender, tap out at any point, or it goes until someone can no longer continue, unless you quit.
Okay. That's all right because I'm at I'm pretty much a quarter health now. I was told I can't hurt him with magic, so I'm not going to hurt him with magic.
You were told that you can't get caught hurting him with magic.
Yeah.
You have about 25 people watching you right now, so
Yeah,
Go
it'll
for
be
it.
a little hard. Technically, I have things I might be able to get away with, but it's not very in character. Let's see. Oliver is probably going to go for at least one more swing here. Just desperate at this point. He'll probably tap out if he gets hit again, though. So that'll be...
Oh,
why'd you
no.
guys make Oliver do this?
Just as,
Why did you make Oliver do this?
as I see him miss there, I'm going to specifically shout down to him. Oliver, there's no shame in surrendering if you can't win.
As you're hearing that,
Yep,
another swing for a 21 to hit.
that's
Oh,
a hit.
crap.
6.
Oh, no.
Just
Yeah.
as you said that, I got KO'd.
You kind of got distracted by Gecko. You looked up at him, and he just cracked you onto the side of the jaw, and you fall onto the ground.
Alba, if I may have that for a moment. Just,
Oh,
No.
yes.
I'll get my turret back, run down, and basically just give him.
Is it temporary
some,
hit points, right?
It is technically temporary.
Temporary hit points can't be applied to a creature at 0.
Yep.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, but I also do have. Oh no, I didn't prepare today. Never mind.
Well, to be fair, you are stable. And since they're helping you, I'll say you could get back to just 1 HP, so you can stand up and watch the rest of the fights. They help you enough for that.
Yay!
Oh yeah. So yeah, I'll we'll stabilize him, and then we will. You get 7 on top of that.
Yay! Stumble
And-
into my feet.
And as you're getting woken back up, the dwarf who's kind of just finished fighting you stands over there and offers you a hand to help you up, pulls you up and starts giving you a big old hug, laughing and congratulating you and telling you, you did good for your first time, and he seems to be having a great time.
Awesome. I'll
Cool.
smile as much as I can manage at this point, given how many times I got punched in the face.
Yeah, he's telling you the rest of the night the drinks are going to be on him and all that stuff, and he goes up, and we're going to go ahead and go down with Rothgar next.
Cool. Can I try to discreetly pocket my turret?
Try. Do a sleight of hand.
See, you should have asked Alba to try and.
No. Well, there goes that. Oh wait, sorry, I forgot about this. Alba, you need to take. I'll quickly run back up, give it to her.
Roll deception.
Yep.
Okay. You're good.
Much better.
You're good.
Yep. And then, yeah, I'll run back down here.
See,
Right.
I love this entire session with Rothgarsbin. He tries to cheat someone, but still gets out of it through lying.
Yep.
Right.
Alba just keeps getting drinks for Oliver at this point.
Okay. And he actually rolled a 17, so he is going to be going first.
Yes, he.
Oliver is actually just going to settle probably on a tall glass of water.
Are you sure you don't want some drink? It'll take away the edge.
No, I have a plan.
Yep.
And the water is my material component for Armor of Agathis. So I am now nice and chilled. I am an entire body ice pack.
Nice.
And I
There you
also
go.
go up to 10 temporary hit points instead of 7.
That's
There you go.
adorable.
All right. Well, to start it off, he is going to charge at you, and he is actually going to take 2 punches at you.
Ooh.
The first one is a 20.
Hits.
The second one is a natural 1. He rolled a 5.
Misses.
All right, so roll d4 plus 2. Well, actually, no, I'm sorry. This one is plus. Okay, it is 5 points of damage.
Ouch. Okay, so. Yep.
And this guy, he definitely looks like he's a bit slower, so he's going to be easier to hit for you. His AC is 12, but he is also hardier.
Gotcha. All right, then I shall take a swing.
Two d4 plus your strength modifier.
So 10.
Yes. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Then
yeah.
I'll back up a little here. And
If
that'll
you're
be
leaving
all
his
for now.
range, he's going to go ahead and swing at you again.
Oh, that's right. Yep, I'll let him take a swing.
All right. And 11.
Nope.
Okay. That your movement. You're done.
Yeah, I'll be done right there.
He is going to run up to you, and he's going to attempt to tackle you to the ground
Ooh,
with a 19 strength check.
a 19 strength.
So
check.
you could do athletics or acrobatics, whichever you prefer. And
Nope.
you are able to push him off and stop his tackle.
Nice try, chap.
So I did it for Oliver, so I'll do it for you too. He is prone on the other side of you now. You're gonna have advantage on this attack.
All right. Well then, let's see how this goes.
Not quite.
Ooh, with advantage, man. That's
Yeah. He is gonna roll out of the way, pop up to his feet right here. Oh, actually, wait. Did you want to move?
Yeah, I'll just step here.
So he
Keep
is going
over.
to roll out of the way as you try to punch him, stand up, and take a swing at you for a 19.
Hits.
All right. For 7 points of damage.
Ooh boy, 7. All right. First point of damage I truly take. All right. Well, we have to keep swinging here. Ooh, not good, not good.
Not quite.
And we'll just take a step here, just kind of bob and weave.
He is going to swing again for a 17.
17 just hits.
Okay. For 6 more points.
Ooh. All right. Well, let's swing right back.
You know, Rothgar really helped me out, so I imagine I would be cheering for him.
Hey,
So, you want a bardic inspiration dice?
that'd be
I mean,
wonderful.
there's
thank
nothing
you.
wrong with sharing, so go for it.
Have a bardic inspiration dice. You are inspired.
Hey,
It hits.
13. Ooh,
So,
only
4?
4.
It's a
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. No, yep, that's the hit.
yeah.
Well, I mean, to be fair, with your crit, the first hit and stuff, he's looking pretty hurt.
Nice. And then, no, I'm good for now. That'll be all for now.
He is once again going to swing up at you. He rolled a 6 and a natural 20, but it was a 6. So, he
So
misses.
6
Continued
no, yeah.
cheering.
Not quite.
Not quite.
All right. He's going to go ahead and test his strength. And wow, it's actually the exact reverse. This time it was a natural 20 and a 6. So he's going to crit you.
Ouch.
8 damage.
Ouch. Okay. 8 damage. Okay. Well, take a step over and a swing.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
He ducks it and throws an uppercut at you for 16. Does that miss?
Misses.
Your AC is 16, isn't it?
Nope. Before this, I had did the
Oh,
enhanced
you did the
crit,
+1.
So
Yes,
now
yes.
it's 17.
Got it.
Haha. Yep. And then we shall yet again try a swing.
Big hit.
Haha. 6 damage, and then
He's
we're gonna go
very hurt.
very hurt. All right. We'll stay there then. We'll see what we can do.
All right. He is getting a bit desperate. He is going to throw a wild haymaker at you. Natural 1. He's going to miss.
All right. Right after he throws that haymaker, I'm just gonna do a bit of a flourish
Rothgar.
and elbow him.
Have a second inspiration dice for that.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna use it.
Not
Dang,
quite.
nope.
He's going to regain his balance and again come at you with another crazy swing for a 19.
Hits.
All right. Six points.
6 points of damage. Ooh, I'm not looking too well either.
They can't really tell because you're covered head to toe in armor.
Of course, but hey. All right, let's try another desperate swing.
Hit.
Hits.
I actually don't think you can not knock him out, no matter what you roll.
Well, let's. Yeah,
you're-
6.
Yep. He folds to the ground in that last hit. Knocked out cold.
All right. Alba, if I could hit my turret real quick. And I'll kind of stabilize my bit and help him up too.
Yep. He gets the same treatment that Oliver got before. He gets
Yep.
up and congratulates you, shakes your hand, and kind of muttering swearingly walks off and orders a drink.
Very good. And yep, I'll walk back up as well.
All right.
Well, seem to be quite well there.
Congratulations on the win.
That was amazing.
All right. Geckle,
Not my first brawl.
you are being called to the ring.
Yeah, as I walk past Rothgar, will I be receiving a temporary boost or not?
As you walk right by, you will. Let's see what you get. Not much there. You get 5.
This guy just takes a step up onto the railing and jumps off and lands right in front of you.
Sweet.
Do. Ooh, wrong. All right.
Geckle, you have an interesting initiative modifier.
I was about to say, how is that?
He has it on to break ties, so it adds a percentage of your
okay.
dexterity.
Gotcha.
All right. So, Geckle, he is
Yeah.
going to go first. And he is going to, as he's standing right in front of you, just try to grab at the back of your head and throw a knee up to your face
Awesome.
for a 18.
Yeah.
All right. So, 6 points of damage from him.
Sweet.
And he looks like he knows what he's doing.
Oh, that should make it interesting at least.
Geckle, assume I have 3 inspiration left. Assume you have all of them.
Hey,
Fair enough.
Like, you can only have 1 at a time, but every time you use one, I'm just going to give you more. So just assume you have 3.
I assume that's
That
the
works.
end of his turn.
Oh, yeah, that is his turn.
Then I would like to silently focus intently on my enemy and fall into a rage.
hey.
Okay.
And I'm going to be recklessly attempting to kick out this guy's knee.
Okay.
I'll roll a d6. For 15.
That just hits.
So you said it was a d4?
Yep, it's a D4 plus your strength mod.
And then another +2 because of your rage.
Yep, so that's...
That too.
So that's 7 points of damage.
Okay.
And that's it for now.
Neat. Okay. Kind of seeing you get angry, he does as well. He is going to fall into a rage. And he is going to attack you twice because, as Matt would say, he is the correct kind of barbarian. So that is a natural 1 and a 18.
18.
All right. So that is going to be D4 plus. So that plus his rage will be 10 points of damage. Well, 5 points of damage.
Yep, and I'm going to vengefully strike him back.
Okay.
So as he's taking a swing, I'm going to take it and also hit him at the same time to try and catch him off balance.
Let's see it.
Let's see if this actually works correctly.
Yeah, it does, and that's a lot of damage.
Wow.
Okay. All right. Yeah. He gets a hit, and he's definitely a bit angrier after that hit. Are you moving at all?
No, I'll be keeping in its range. That
Right.
was his attack. That was me reacting to his attack.
Oh yes, shit. You're right.
Yep.
So now it's my go. So I'm gonna lean down and attempt to take some strikes against the body.
15 still hits for 8 damage. Holy shit. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Can't punch below a 7.
He is going to attempt to use your bending over to like double hand strike you to the middle of your upper back for an 18. And once he does that, he is also going to try to send another knee into your chest, which is only a 9, so he's only going to hit you once.
Awesome.
8 points of damage.
4.
Oh, 4 points of damage.
Sweet. Yeah, so he hits me in the back. I'll immediately recoil up and attempt to strike him with my elbow as I'm coming up to the bottom of his nose.
All right.
So
So that's 11 points of damage. That's it. All right. Yeah. He's bloodied. So yeah. So he is going to try to circle around you, and he is going to go in for a grapple.
sweet.
21.
I have advantage on this.
Yes.
All right. So that misses. And he will use his bonus action to throw a punch at you for a 19 and 9 points halved down to 4. And as you guys are like up there watching, you like these punches sound like lightning strikes. Like they're both very, very strong when they hit.
Whew.
Some sympathetic wincing between cheers.
So with that, I'm going to attempt to once again strike at his knee, but from the outside in.
Okay.
So try again for a 15.
A hit with your advantage. That does hit. All right. Yeah, he is definitely hurting a bit.
If it makes you feel any better, I'm still not below half health.
Yeah, he's pretty much well below half health at this point. I think he started off with less HP than you. He's not as hardy, but he's very strong. All right, so he's getting a bit desperate. He is going to attempt to punch you in the gut. Where'd that go? Ooh, that is a crit.
Awesome.
Roll 2d4 plus 4, or no, plus. Okay, he rolled shit. So that is 4 points of damage. And after he hits you in the gut, he is going to go ahead and attempt to grab at the back of your head and bite you in the face.
What a charm.
It's 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll do.
All right. For the same amount of damage on a crit and a non-crit.
So I am officially bloodied.
All right. And he kind of takes he doesn't take like a chunk of skin off, but he takes a little bit off and spits it on the ground and is just ready to fight still.
I'm just waiting for you bit the Dragonborn, now the Dragonborn bites you back. That's going to hurt a lot more.
True.
The last thing you want to do is bite the brave man of the dragon. I'm going to punch him square in the throat.
Okay.
For
Oh my goodness. All right, yeah, he is looking like he's ready to go down. So he is going to start getting even more desperate. He is going to take that punch, and he is going to just put all the strength he can behind this next punch. And he throws it so wildly that it misses with a 14. And then he is going to try to like Spartan kick you for a 22.
Yeah.
And 10 points of damage. Well, 5 points of damage.
Sweet.
And he is he's still standing, but he's like wobbling. You can see it's like he's getting ready to go down.
Awesome. So, as I'm about to do this, I'll look up squarely at Oliver, and I'm going to attempt to kick the person off the ground and throw him up to the second floor.
Right. Go for it. 23. That does, yeah. You are able to pick him up, and you don't throw him over the railing, you throw him through the railing, and he lands up there unconscious. To a big round of applause, everyone cheering. A few people rush over to him to help him immediately, but to you, Gecko,
I'll do the same as well.
The guy who invited you comes rushing down. He goes, "Well, you're in. You're going to be coming back, yeah?"
I assume so.
Well, you're invited, so whenever you want to come, you come down and find us.
Well, thank you very much.
He kind of looks around. He goes, he leans in a bit closer. He goes, "That one, Iron guy. Yeah, he can join too if he wants. The other one we don't have any use for."
Oh, I shall let them know. Thank you very much.
Right. Well, good fight, good show. Good. And he walks back up, and he starts helping this guy, and yeah, you guys put on quite a show.
Yeah, I'll head back up.
Gecko, you only used 1 inspiration, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, so I only could have given you 2, so I technically still have 1 left.
Hey.
Right. So, point is getting. Do you guys have anything else you want to do? I know. You guys are not in too bad a shape. You could go try to break back into the house if you want.
So, yeah.
I mean, sure, let us have like an hour to take a breather, then sure, let's break into a house.
Sure, why not?
Need more adrenaline.
But, yeah,
What are the? Oh, actually, real quick. So, Gecko, you put 10 gold on yourself.
yes.
So you get that 10 gold back, and then 100. Alba, you get 10 gold. And Barnabas, you get your 2 gold back plus another 20.
There we go.
But, yes, Oliver, you did relatively well for taking part in something you don't usually do.
Yes, you did quite well, lad. A little more experience, and you'll be doing just fine.
If you say so.
That actually seemed rather fun. I might join in next time.
Well, as it stands, both myself and Hrothgar have been given invitations to join their little club.
Cute.
Some sort of brawling club, then? Quite interesting.
Well, it's physical exercise, and you can earn a bit of coin.
Well, as you guys are having this discussion, they all usher you back out. The guy explains that they're going to have to clean up in here. Everyone is more than welcome to go back out to the tavern. Anyone who fought can drink for free.
Oh, cool.
So you guys are more than welcome to hang around here or head back to your guys' tavern.
Yep, I'm gonna see if I can mend the railing that was broken.
Easy enough. It'll take a couple of casts, but you can do it.
Oh yeah, and then head back up.
Okay.
Figure we're gonna be taking a short rest and then possibly breaking into someone's house.
Know about that because I was actually just joking. He used a lot of his inspiration and
I used all but 1 of them.
and yeah.
That said, I didn't use any of my spell slots.
True.
Either have I.
I think Barnabas probably needs a little help because he's been smoking his pipe the whole time.
Oh no!
So he's probably a little bit blitzed at this point.
Alba would help him.
Oh God.
Well, I think that in that case, Gecko will be dealing with his bite wound.
For some reason, I just pictured a Willie Nelson wizard.
Oh, Oh, Geckle. Oliver's just gonna come over and see it and be like, hold on a second, and reach up and touch your nose and fix it with a cure wounds.
That's not the-
It does the trick. It completely stops the bleeding and stuff. Although it is still going to take time to heal and like scab up and all that stuff. But the bleeding is done.
Oh, thank you. It's not the
Nice.
first time I've been bitten, but it's never something you get
Yeah,
used to.
usually it would be the other way around, wouldn't it?
Well, you only bite when you get desperate, as seen in the other room.
So, what are you guys looking to do? Are you going to have a short rest? Are you going to go back to your tavern?
I mean, the real
Well-
question is do people either A, want to break into a house, take a job, or not?
Well,
Also, you have to consider: do you want to break into a house with a stoned wizard?
yeah, that
Albo would
kind of.
be
A stoned
That's-
wizard,
It's the
a
best kind of
bard at
wizard.
1 hit point.
Albo's definitely going to take Barnabas back to the stool,
Stumbling stool.
stumbling stool.
A
Because
bard,
it's time for bed for you.
a bard at 11 hit points.
Yes, technically at 11 for the next hour.
Mm-hmm.
If that's the case,
Oh, that's
I'll-
right. You had your own, didn't you?
Yeah.
Well, now you have 11 until it goes away.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll head.
No, I mean I'm using my turret to give you 11, and it just keeps going.
Okay.
Yep. There you are. That way, wind won't knock you out.
Thanks.
So, those two head off. Do the 3 fighters stay at this tavern for a bit, or go back to the other one?
If Alba and Barnabas are going back, Oliver will probably follow them.
Yeah, I was gonna head back as well.
I'll chat up a bit, maybe share a few stories, and see if anyone knows anything of Hrothgar the Iron Dragon. Potentially, some recent pirate activity that he did come across.
All right. You don't find anyone who knows the name Hrothgar, but you do. One guy does say he has heard of an Iron Dragon before.
Very good. You know of the Iron Dragon. Now you've met him.
Yeah, he explains a story where he heard about it. It was a dragonborn made out of complete iron that was head of a ship, and like he gets some details right, some details wrong. You're not sure if it's because he doesn't remember exactly or how drunk he is or all that, but he does definitely remember, or he has heard something of the name.
Very good, very good. But yeah, I'll go ahead and fill him in on some of my grand adventures, and be like, now you know you've got to witness the Iron Dragon himself in a nice barroom brawl.
Yeah, and he seems rather happy. Is more than willing to listen to your stories for as long as you want to tell him.
Oh yeah, I'll tell him for hour or two, and then meander back to the other tavern.
Sounds good. Well, thinking of what may possibly happen, I think this might be a good stopping point, because if you decided to go back to the house, that would take not a very long time, but it would definitely take more than a half hour.
Oh yeah, probably.
So
Yeah.
I think this will be a good stopping point. You guys could have a bit of time to figure out what you want to do next week.